breaking right now, and we will have much more on it for you on our news tonight at 9.
Now let's answer today's trivia question. True or false, asparagus and rhubarb are annuals? The answer is false. They are not annuals. They are perennials.
Chef
they
Chris
come back
Ketke
every
knew that,
year.
just like I told you he would.
Yes, and
he knew the answer,
let me
absolutely.
tell you, the asparagus that's in that risotto is fabulous.
I'm going over there now,
Yes,
Micah.
we saved some for you too, Tom.
Oh,
so.
that's good. The studio always smells so absolutely marvelous in these cooking segments.
Here,
absolutely. It's good to see Chris again. Well, what a beautiful day. We've got some clouds downstate, but it's in the 80s with 60s at the lakeshore line right now. And you can see the main action in terms of severe thunderstorms is east and south of us today. There'll be no rain in our area, but the absence of organized wind allows these lake breezes to come in. Look at the wind plots around the area. This means that shortly winds will be turning easterly off Lake Michigan and continuing to bring the cool air in from the west. There is colder air, though, diving through the Dakotas. Cooler, perhaps, is the better term. And that'll be coming in on northeast winds tomorrow. So while the dew points are high out to our west, there's a lot of moisture in the air, could form some fog. We're expecting only 71 tomorrow. The winds will pick up, blow any fog that forms overnight away. And we've got cooler weather coming. Here's the weather map right here. You can see that cold front right there at our doorstep passing through tomorrow. Then the isobars pack and a great big Canadian high comes in. It's the scenario we've seen so often before. And by Mother's Day, Sunday, it looks like the warmer air will be starting to ride into the area. So 83 today, even mid-80s out in the suburbs, but 60s at the lakeshore, 72 and falling through the 60s on Friday, 60s Saturday, cloudy, and a thunderstorm maybe Mother's Day afternoon, but back to 78 and 87 by Monday.
Wow. Thank you, Tom. We're happy to share time with us this afternoon.
Sure. Join us tonight for our news at 9. Until then, have a great afternoon, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Today, the final game in the Cubs-Pirates 3-day series is going to shiver all the timber. Today at 2 Eastern on Superstation WGN.
The Leadoff Man is brought to you by Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs.
We are live from the corner of Clark and Addison, a picture-perfect Thursday afternoon. What a great day to be out in the sun. Where would you rather be than beautiful Wrigley Field? And the Cubs ending a homestand during which they've gone 4-1, a chance to win this series today as they take on Jason Bay and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Welcome to the Leadoff Man. I'm Len Casper, and what a great game last night for the Cubs after a tough loss Tuesday night. Jason Marquis was tremendous. The Cubs getting excellent starts from up and down their rotation. Marquis in complete command. He went in having won 4 in a row after a great start at Pittsburgh, and he continued to dominate the Pirates. No walks on the night, 5 strikeouts, and the only offense he would get and the only offense he would need would be an Alfonso Soriano leadoff home run in the first inning off left-hander Tom Gorzolani, who was also very good. The Pirates hit the ball hard only a couple of times on the night, but the Cubs got some very good defense from a Gold Glover, Derek Lee, robbing Don Kelly. And then a little bit later, Adam LaRose trying to pull one down the line, and Marquis was perfect into the 6th inning. He retired the first 16 he faced, but then Kelly breaking up the no-hitter with a solid base hit into left. One of only 3 base runners on the night for the Pittsburgh Pirates. In the 9th inning, Marquis trying to complete it, and he does. A complete game, 3-hit shutout, the first complete game of the year for the Cubs. It took them 149 games to get a complete game performance from their starters last year. So today, the ace Carlos Zambrano will go for the series win for the Cubs, and we'll talk about that game last night when we come back. Bob Brenly will sit down with Jason Marquis as we continue on the Leadoff Man.
When the world is at risk.
Fire one!
When lives hang in the balance.
The only thing holding her together are the bird droppings, sir.
One man is heading underwater.
You ever dived a boat before, Lieutenant? I mean on purpose.
And getting in way too deep.
All right, everybody, it's time to kick this pig.
Kelsey Grammer, Lauren Hawley, William H. Macy, and Bob Schneider.
These men love me!
Down Periscope. Friday at 8 on Superstation WGN.
No matter what the label looks like, no matter how you say it, one beer is the perfect choice at any corner bar in any corner of the world. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser. Open up a world of taste.
Garden Claw Gold adjusts to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
Dr. Max, section 456.
Okay, so I'm not a mother yet, but I figure I'm gonna be real soon. So on the way here, we stopped and got this cake from Dairy Queen. Besides, 12 hours of labor, and I'm really gonna need it.
It's her day. Celebrate it with a cake from Dairy Queen. Layers of chocolate and vanilla soft serve and our signature fudge crunch. Do one this Mother's Day.
If you purchased or refinanced your home a couple of years ago and you got one of those adjustable teaser rates to qualify, just call or log on to ditech.com and refinance to a low fixed rate. Log on or call 1-800-71-FIXED.
Great to see the youngsters at the ballpark today. Should be another huge crowd as the Cubs try to end the homestand 5-1. Tough trip coming up to Philadelphia and New York. Well, Jason Marquis, as hot as any pitcher in the big leagues, he has won 5 consecutive starts, the complete game 3-hit shutout last night, and he's on the field with my partner, Bob Brenly.
Thanks a lot, Lynn. It's our pleasure to be joined down on the field by last night's starting and winning pitcher. A 3-hit shutout for Jason Marquis right on time. Lou needed the bullpen to have a night off, and Jason, you provided that opportunity. Going into a start like last night, knowing the bullpen was a little ragged, does that change anything you do on the mound?
No, I try not to put any added pressure on myself. So, my goal is to go out there for as long as I could, for as hard as I could. And when Lou takes the ball from me, that's when he does, But other than that, I'm trying to get quick outs, pitch to contact, and, hopefully it takes me deep into the ball game.
Yeah, you talk about pitching to contact. You're a sinker ball pitcher, but a lot of your outs early in the game came on fly balls. Were you getting the ball up, or they were just getting underneath it?
Well, I'll take outs any which way possible. It don't matter if it's on the ground or in the air. And, I was mixing my pitches well. Maybe they took a little different approach from me and maybe try to hit the bottom of the ball with the sinker. But, it worked, so I'm happy with the performance.
Talk about facing the same team in a week period. You pitched very well against the Pirates in Pittsburgh last week, and had to face them again. We talk about adjustments all the time in baseball, making the adjustments. Did you make any adjustments against the Pirates based on what you did last week?
Well, I had a game plan that I came out with, and it was similar to the one I had in Pittsburgh, and I'm going to make adjustments on the fly, but I was able to execute pitches. Michael threw down some good fingers last night, so it made my job easy.
And the thinnest of margins to work with. Soriano with the leadoff home run. Does that change anything you do, knowing you only have 1 run to work with as opposed to maybe a 5 or a 6 run lead?
I try not to think about it too much. Really, in the 9th inning is when I really thought about the 1-run lead and really want to finish the game and bear down. So I try not to put, like I said, added pressure on myself. My game is to go out there and pitch and get outs, and that's what I really was concentrating on.
You worked hard with Larry Rothschild even before the season started, throughout spring training, and we talked in Las Vegas at the end of camp that you made some minor mechanical changes without giving away any state secrets. What was that adjustment?
It was really simplifying my delivery, less movement in my hands, and where I landed on my stride and on my follow-through. And right now I feel like every ball is coming out of the same arm slot with the same delivery. So.
You pitched here at Wrigley Field many times as a visiting player, but they talk about the crowd energy last night. They were really into that ball game.
Oh, it was outstanding. To be here with 40,000 plus, and know they're behind you. Such a close game. It was great. It was a special moment, and hopefully we could give games like this throughout the rest of the season.
Were you disappointed in your at bats last night?
A little bit, a little bit. Like I said, I take pride in everything I do. He's a tough pitcher, especially on a lefty. So I got to go back to the drawing board and work a little harder.
Well, you got him set up for next time. Great job last night, Jason. Continued success.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Back to you, Len.
All right, thanks, BB. The Cubs making a roster move today, a new starting center fielder. More on that and the starting pitching matchup as well. Carlos Zambrano will take the ball. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Okay, now what? Rock, paper, scissors for it? Okay, that's fair. On 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I threw paper.
I threw a rock.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Low 5.
Some guys like to relax in a leather recliner. Some guys like an overstuffed sofa. But to others, there's nothing better than cardboard on cold, hard concrete. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood. Now, for a limited time, buy 5 quarts of any Valvoline motor oil and get a free pair of mechanics wear gloves valued at over $24.
If at the end of the day your financial needs have changed and you need cash now, J.G. Wentworth can help. J.G. Wentworth will provide the most cash for your structured settlement or annuity payments. We work with thousands of people just like you to get the cash they need today. It's your money. Use it when you need it. Call J.G. Wentworth today. Representatives are standing by. Call 877-CASH-702.
Now it's easy to sell your home fast with the No Commission Company. ForSaleByOwner.com.
We sold our home in 3 weeks.
I had no idea it could be that easy. It really was.
We've helped thousands of people save millions of dollars. We give you lawn signs and a step-by-step guide. We even have advisors on call to answer any questions. Visit ForSaleByOwner.com now at ForSaleByOwner.com. ForSaleByOwner.com. No commission, lots of help.
Cubs with a roster move today. Felix PA hasn't been playing a whole lot, with Jock Jones taking the lion's share of the time in center field. So the Cubs wanted to have a right-handed option off their bench against a left-handed starter. And the switch-hitting Angel Pagan, we saw him a lot last year, recalled from AAA Iowa. Angel in the lineup. He'll bat 8th. Felix PA is going to hit 2nd in Iowa. We'll probably see him back here this year, and he's going to have a long major league career. Starting pitchers, Carlos Zambrano goes for his 3rd consecutive win. It would be his 8th career victory against the Pirates if he can get it. Lefty Paul Mahalem has struggled over his last 2 starts. He comes in 2-0 in 2 career outings at Wrigley Field. It's going to be exciting. The surging Cubs try to jump 2 games over the 500 mark. We'll have all the action coming up next.
The Leadoff Man has been brought to you by Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs.
And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me of another place in time.
Hey, Cubs fans, keep your eye on the ball. Every time a Cubs player hits a homer at Wrigley, you could be a winner. It's the Southwest Airlines How Far Did It Fly Home Run Contest. After every Cubs homer, write down the distance along with your name and address and send it to WGN TV. 10 winners will receive 2 round-trip tickets to any Southwest Airlines destination. For every Cubs homer, ask yourself, how far did it fly? From Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the Chicago Cubs.
Presenting Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. So revolutionary, it targets and kills the toughest weeds without harming your lawn. Ortho Weed Be Gone sprayed here, ordinary weed killer here. Only Ortho Weed Be Gone has a foaming action and weed targeting formula for total root kill. So it killed the weeds, but not the grass. The ordinary weed killer killed everything. Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. Kills weeds, not lawns. Guaranteed. Now available with new crabgrass control.
The night that changed television history.
The moment the country has been waiting for.
Justin Guarini and Kelly Clarkson.
We have the results. The winner of American Idol is...
American Idol's biggest night ever.
I can't believe it's happening to me. Woo!
American Idol Rewind. Sunday at 8 on Superstation WGN.
The holidays are on track.
Train. What? Train.
Ow!
Next, Becker.
I hate Christmas.
Tonight at 12:30 Eastern. The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
We are coming to you live from beautiful Wrigley Field for Cubs baseball on WGN Sports. An absolutely gorgeous Chicago afternoon today, and it is the rubber game as the Cubs entertain the Pittsburgh Pirates right here on WGN Sports. Hi again, everybody. Bob Brenly and Len Casper with you. They've been all close here on this homestand. The Cubs with a 1-0 win last night. Good to see Alfonso Soriano continue his hitting streak.
Well, that's what we expect from Soriano. He's a leadoff hitter, but he's not a prototypical leadoff hitter. As last night proved, the leadoff home run, the only run Jason Marquis would need. He struck out every other at bat in the ball game, but good to see him starting to put together some good ball games one after another.
He's been hot against the Pirates. His third home run versus Pittsburgh. It was a leadoff home run in the first, and Bob, it was the first time in Cubs history they won 1-0 on a leadoff home run in the first.
Well, if you get games pitched like Jason Marquis did last night, and you get Alfonso Soriano hitting leadoff home runs, you may see some more of those.
The Cubs struggled at home to start the year. They won just 4 of their first 13, but if they win today, it'll be a 5-1 homestand.
Yeah, really the numbers are fairly similar with the exception of the ERA. That's where they've knocked almost a full run off the home ERA. And one thing that's not noted there is the defense has been very, very good, making some key plays.
Well, you have a sinker baller on the mound, a guy who can strike out people, but he normally relies on his defense, Carlos Zambrano.
Yeah, we'd like to see another consistent outing from Carlos. He's been a little up and down through the early going this year after getting off to a terrible start, but hopefully he's back on track.
All right, now the Melodiers chorus with our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, will you all please rise and kindly remove your caps? Join members of the 4-time gold medal winners of Sweet Adelines International, the Melodiers of Glenbrook, Illinois, directed by Jim Arns, as they lead us in our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
We're in baseball heaven, a great day for baseball, and we're at Wrigley Field. Rubber game today. We'll have the lineups and all the action right here on WGN. Stay tuned.
Chicago Cubs baseball, brought to you by refreshingly smooth Bud Light, always worth it. Your Chicagoland Dodge dealers. The Illinois Lottery. No matter how you play the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. By Pepsi. Your world, your Pepsi. And by Southwest Airlines. Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, Southwest can get you there with over 3,000 nonstop daily flights to over 60 destinations. Visit southwest.com today.
When the world is at risk.
Fire one!
When lives hang in the balance.
The only thing holding her together are the bird droppings, sir.
One man is heading underwater.
You ever dived a boat before, Lieutenant? I mean, on purpose.
And getting in way too deep.
All right, everybody, it's time to kick this pig.
Kelsey Grammer, Lauren Hawley, William H. Macy, and Rob Schneider.
These men love me.
Down Periscope.
Friday at 8 on Superstation WGN.
How long is this gonna last? I'm ready to hit the Bud Light. I already took care of it.
Say, well, all right, now we are gathered here today to join in marriage, Bob and Julie. Bob, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do I hear and I do, I do, do I hear and I do?
I do.
Julie, do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do I hear and I do, I do, do I hear and I do?
I do.
Going once, going twice, and I'll pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
And away we go. Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
So what I owe you?
100, 100 quarter, 100 and a half, 175, 200, 200 quarter.
Hi, can you tell me, how are the rooms at that hotel?
Very nice curtains and TV's video games.
Uh-huh. And the rooms at your hotel?
There's a bed and some tables.
Right.
Want to talk to someone who really knows hotels? Call the experts at Hotels.com. They've got the inside scoop on over 70,000 properties. They're available 24/7, and they'll always find you the best price guaranteed. Just log on or call 800-2HOTELS now. Hotels.com. You know hotels inside and out.
So who says weekends get all the fun? Give me a good time any day. Give me a 7th inning stretch in the middle of the week. Give me a cedar seared salmon that only tastes expensive. Give me a salad with so much flavor, I forget I'm eating a salad. Give me a long lunch and...
No new messages.
Give me chicken that'll fill me up with a Jack Daniel's sauce that'll wake me up. Give me a new way to eat out. Smaller portions and prices so every day doesn't feel so every day. Life is short. Give me more Fridays.
Today's broadcast of Chicago Cubs baseball from Wrigley Field on WGN Sports is presented in high definition, sponsored by Comcast, and brought to you in 5.1 Dolby surround sound. Frank Leone running the audio ship today. Let's check out the Pittsburgh Pirates lineup as written out by former Cub Jim Tracy. Freddie Sanchez leading off for the 3rd time this year. Jose Bautista bats second. Jason Bay, good numbers against Carlos Zambrano. Domet, Nady, LaRoche in the middle. Paulino hits 7th. Jack Wilson back in their lineup at short. And Paul Maholm is the pitcher, batting 9th.
And here's how the Cubs take the field defensively today behind starter Carlos Zambrano. Brought to you by Pepsi, your world, your Pepsi. And for this afternoon, it's Angel Pagan's world. Called up from AAA immediately in the starting lineup in center field. He'll be flanked by Soriano in left, Merton in right, Ramirez, Terrio, DeRosa, and Lee across the infield. Henry Blanco back in the starting lineup after suffering some neck pain. He'll be doing the catching for big right-hander Carlos Zambrano. Zambrano has a very modest 2-game winning streak going. He beat the Cardinals. Followed that with a victory over the Washington Nationals. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs against the Nationals. You see his numbers on the season. Carlos looking to pick up where Jason Marquis left off last night.
So we're ready to go. It's Zambrano against Sanchez. Inside, ball 1. Crew chief works the plate. Charlie Rutherford went to the University of Kentucky and Ohio University. So like you, he was a Bobcat.
But unlike me, he's an umpire. I'll cut him a little slack since he's a fellow Bobcat.
Right. Well, one of Charlie Rutherford's hobbies is magic. I don't know if it comes in handy behind the plate, but we'll see. A 1-1 on the way. Sanchez pops it up again. And it's just behind the visitors' dugout.
Well, I know if Charlie gets upset, he can make players disappear from the playing field. I've seen him do that before. Don't know if he can pull a rabbit out of his hat, though.
One and 2 on Sanchez, Bautista, and then Bay for the Pirates. In his first inning, a key for Carlos. Gave up all 4 of the runs. Ouch. And hits Sanchez, who's going to head down to first. He had some arm padding that actually came off when he got hit.
As that elbow pad on the lead arm hit him right on the elbow pad. Undoes the Velcro. Ooh.
fourth hit batter for Zambrano. Again, all 4 of the runs he allowed in his last start were in the first inning. And didn't give up anything the next 5 innings. The Cubs came back in a 6-4 win. Jose Bautista hitting second. That pitch is inside. Pirates were shut out last night on just 3 hits by Jason Marquis. That's 5 straight wins for Marquis, his first complete game performance since 2005. Cubs waited until September before they got their first complete game last year from Rich Hill. It's going to be a base hit for Bautista. Merton's over to get it, but not before Bautista has a double, and Zambrano in trouble in the opening inning again. Second and third, no outs.
And Carlos up against it right away in this ball game. Gotta have to go into damage control mode right here. Try to limit the damage that the Pirates would do here in this first inning from our Southwest RoboCam. Just a little dunker inside that right field foul line. Matt Merton has to wait to play the carom off the wall. By the time he gets the ball, he has to hustle it back in to hold Freddie Sanchez at third base.
And he's allowed 26 runs on the year. 10 have come in the first inning. It's a slight exaggeration, but this morning I called today the nicest weather day in the history of Earth.
That's high praise.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great day. 76 degrees. The wind's out of the northeast at 6 as we start. Blanco's going to go out and try to calm down Zambrano, but hey, we're still in May. We've had a few nice days, but this is one of those days where it could be June 28th.
It's just perfect here today. Bright sunshine. A few scattered clouds up there shouldn't be a factor in the game. The wind shouldn't be much of a factor. Very lightly blowing from right to left field. Perfect conditions.
(2-0) on a very dangerous hitter, Jason Bay. Even though he's hitting .229 his last 8 games, he can hurt you in a lot of ways. With a breaking ball, and it missed outside. 3-0. If you don't get an out here, you face one of the hottest hitters in the league, Ryan Domit, with no outs. He's on deck. He's only hitting .500 during a career best 9-game hitting streak. Fastball for a strike.
And then after the red-hot Domit, you have Xavier Nady, a guy who started his career 0 for 6 against Carlos Zambrano. Since then, he's 6 for his last 7 with 5 doubles.
Zambrano 7-4 lifetime versus the Pirates. 16 appearances, including 14 starts. Swing and a miss. He's back in it. 3-2. Now the payoff pitch, fouled back. We've seen Carlos looking down at the dirt on the mound, kind of kicking it around with his spikes, just trying to get comfortable here, and it's tough to do that when right off the bat you have 2 in scoring position with nobody out.
You'd like to have at least one inning to work completely out of the windup to get comfortable out there on the mound, get your feet underneath you, but Carlos immediately put into the stretch after hitting Freddie Sanchez.
In the air, it's not deep. DeRosa and Merton going after it, and it gets by Merton on the hop, and the Pirates get 2. Bay didn't hit it very well, and that actually helped him. So it's a 2-run double and his 10th career hit against Zambrano.
Two soft hit balls to right field. Plate 2 runs for the Pirates here. That ball with a lot of siding just gets by Matt Merton, allowing Bay to advance on to second base, and Carlos still in trouble here in the first inning.
And it brings up the switch hitting Doman. The biggest problem is he's not getting ahead. He's missing with that first pitch. And another base hit. Pagan plays it on the bounce. Jeff Cox holding the runner at third base. First and third, still no outs. So he hit the leadoff man, back-to-back doubles, and now a single by Doman, and it forces Larry Rothschild to head out.
The understatement of the season, a slow start here for Carlos, but really nothing he can do to change the first 4 batters of this ball game. He's just got to find a way to refocus, concentrate, get back into this ball game. Angel Pagan with a nice job of getting to that ball quickly, unleashing a good throw home to Henry Blanco. Something we've seen from Rich Hill, who we've talked about in the past, has found maturity beyond his years, figuring out that there's nothing you can do to the batters you've already faced. All you can do is concentrate on this next pitch to Xavier Nady and hope it goes well from this point on.
I'm sure Rich, along with Angel Guzman, thanking Jason Marquis that they didn't have to work out of the bullpen last night. They were available if needed after the 15-inning game the night before. They'll both start in the upcoming series in Philadelphia. Cubs will take a double play here and give up a run if they can get it. And we thank Jason Marquis for joining Bob on the leadoff man today.
He was wicked good.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pirates struggling at the plate. 14th in runs in the National League. Last in on base, but they've been on all 4 at bats to start the ball game. Well, he's missed in quite a bit. That ball almost caught a finger of Xavier Nady, and the way Nady reacted, that's not something that would have felt very good.
Well, certainly velocity is no problem in the early going for Zambrano. He's consistently been in the mid to upper 90s, just having trouble finding that strike zone.
Here's the 2-1.
Saw Lou get bullpen activity in the second inning of a Carlos Zambrano start when he felt he was having trouble getting untracked, and Carlos seemed to be able to find it after that.
Swing and a miss. 3-2. We talk about hitters who get in slumps and they think, am I ever going to get a hit again? And I would have to think in a spot like this, pitcher starts to doubt himself. Am I going to get an out? Still 3-2. Well, that first out you feel like is just huge in this inning. You can just calm down, settle down a little bit.
Going to be ideal if somehow Zambrano can either strike out Nady, get an infield pop up, keep the runners where they're at right now. Then you have a possibility of a ground ball double play to get out of the inning and limit the damage.
Well, very high stress and high pitch first inning. Here he comes again. Another foul. He's already gotten a visit from his catcher. And then another one from the pitching coach. And while this is a team game right now, it probably feels like it's Carlos against the world. He's trying to battle his way through it. Another 3-2 and a fly ball. Soriano flips down the shades, makes a catch. Here comes a throw toward the plate, and Bay scores standing. So Zambrano does get the first out. But the Pirates get their third run. Mady with a sac fly, and it's 3-0.
Unfortunately, nothing more Alfonso Soriano could do to get some momentum toward home plate. Has to move laterally to his left. It's a little bit of momentum going towards the dish. That low 3/4 arm angle throw to home plate, tails up the line just enough to allow that run to score. And unfortunately, because the throw was low enough that it could be cut off, Domet over at first base has no choice but to hold.
Check swing by LaRoche. He did not go around. Tom Hallion said so from third base. Lefties came in hitting .349 against Carlos. Ryan Domet batting from the left side with a hit. So that average going up. 1-1. As I mentioned earlier, even though Zambrano gave up 4 in the first against the Nationals in his last start, the Cubs were able to come back. And he was able to bounce back with 5 consecutive scoreless innings, and he got the win. Today he is allowed 3. And Paul Mahalam will take the mound with an early cushion.
Well, Zambrano had to labor in that game as well. 34 pitches in the first inning of that ball game.
One runner on, that's Domet. And Zambrano with a check on him, and he threw it away. It'll be an error on Big Z. Domet now to second. The 17th error for the Cubs. They're third in the league in fielding percentage. And Carlos having trouble with his command, not only on his pitches, but his pickoff attempts.
Domet doesn't even have much of a lead over there at first base.
He is ahead of LaRoche 1-2. And here he comes. Fouled it off his foot.
Anytime you have a pitcher that's struggling to throw strikes consistently as Carlos is in the early going here, the natural tendencies for the defense to kind of get back on their heels a little bit, and when a ball is put into play, a lot of times your defenders are not quite as ready as they should be.
And he just hasn't been able to put away a Pirates hitter. Mady battled him before he hit the sac fly, and LaRoche with a couple of foul balls. Down in the count. Barrett and Ted Lilly chatting in the dugout. High fly, Angel Pagan in left center. Domet is going to hold at second base. So LaRoche now 0 for 10 in his career against Zambrano, and it'll bring up Ronnie Paulino, the number 7 hitter. It's been a half inning that's felt like a root canal.
A bad root canal.
Just waiting for the dentist to say, all right, you're all set.
Thank you. Thank you, doctor.
Pop foul by Paulino. This crowd was buzzing right after the anthem, ready to go. They're pretty quiet right now. Long way to go. The Cubs haven't even come up. need some offense today. Foul tip for strike 2.
I referred to root canal one time when I was managing the Diamondbacks after a tough ball game. I said that was like 4 hours of root canal. I got some nasty letters from dentists and oral surgeons.
There's nothing against them. They do great work.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you could choose having a root canal or not having one, you'd rather not. Because I've had a few. Make sure you brush and floss every day for you youngsters out there. Oh yeah, I have a good friend who's a dentist. I'm sure I'll get an email at some point. Zambrano looking for that put away pitch. Outside. With a slider. Swept across the zone and out of the zone. Carlos, normally a very quick worker out there, but he has been extremely deliberate. Called strike 3. So he finally gets out of it, but the Pirates score 3. The Cubs are coming up.
Rinse and spit.
Welcome to California.
We cruise.
We fly.
We run.
We go with the flow.
We let go.
And we believe one simple thing.
That every day in California
Is your lucky day.
Is your lucky day. So there's just one thing you have to ask yourself.
How fast can you get here?
Find yourself in California. Hurry, we've extended our internet sale. Fly Southwest Airlines from Chicago Midway to cities in California for just $129.
You are now free to move about the country.
It's time to feel free with Chase Freedom. Feel free to choose points for rewards like travel.
I'm free to do what I want.
Or feel free to choose cash back.
I'm free.
Then feel free to change back again.
In the old time.
Without losing a thing. That's freedom. That's Chase Freedom. Get it free at chase.com/freedom.
Some guys like to relax in a leather recliner. Some guys like an overstuffed sofa. But to others, there's nothing better than cardboard on cold, hard concrete. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood. Now, for a limited time, buy 5 quarts of any Valvoline motor oil and get a free pair of mechanics wear gloves, valued at over $24.
Our friends at High Top sending a little message over here. I know this one, guys. Come on. A Pirate's favorite letter? R.
Well, let's check in on Lou Pinella's lineup for today's game. Brought to you by Pepsi. Your world, your Pepsi. Need some runs. Soriano with the game-winning home run in the first last night. Terrio, Lee Ramirez. Matt Merton again at right. DeRosa at second. Henry Blanco in the lineup catching. Angel Pagan with his first big league action this year. And Carlos Zambrano hits ninth.
Take a look at the Pirates defensively. Bay, Nady, and Doman across the outfield today. Jose Bautista over there at third base. He's been picking and grinning this whole series. Jack Wilson at shortstop. Freddie Sanchez at second. Adam LaRoche over at first. Ronnie Paulino catching for left-hander Paul Maholm. See his numbers on the season. Maholm is a guy that's had first inning problems this year as well. Has given up 5 first inning runs rather in his 6 starts. Opponents hitting .429 against the Bucco left-hander in the first inning.
2-0 on Soriano, who hit a changeup for a leadoff home run on Tom Gorzolani last night. Missed again, 3-0. Well, the Cubs off to a very good start here in the month of May. Only 1 loss. They're 6-1 in May. Kind of interesting how the runs have come since May 1st. They scored 8 runs on May 1st, 7 on May 2nd, 6 on May 4th, 5 on May 5th, 4 on May 6th, 3 on the 8th, and last night 1. You'd expect they would have scored 2. So let's hope that it starts going back up. And on the hands and fouled off. So 8-7, 6-5, 4-3-1 to begin the month.
Got to fill in the blanket. Get 2 in the first. Be right back in the ball game.
Gerald Perry, former Pirates hitting instructor in his first year with the Cubs. Check swing, and Soriano will head to first. That is not what Mahalam wanted to do after his team set him up with a 3-run lead. Soriano has reached base every game this year he's played in. That's 26 in a row to begin his Cubs career. Ryan Theriot has made really good contact. Only 1 strikeout over his last 41 plate appearances. First pitch strike on a heater from Mahalam at 89. And the pitch, a little tapper down the line, foul. Mahalam's only 24. He'll turn 25 on June 25th.
A lot of aggressive pitchers on this Pirate staff. Mahalam not one of them. He's a guy that's classified as a nibbler. He'll try to sink his fastball off the outside corner to the righties. He changes speeds well. Tries to move the ball in and out, up and down, and stay out of the middle of the plate.
Just foul. Almost caught by LaRoche. Ontario was trying to poke that ball down the line.
Trying to take advantage of that hole on the right side of the infield. We know Ryan is capable of hitting the ball from foul line to foul line. LaRoche had a couple of steps off the bag after holding on Soriano. Fortunately, that ball gets by and on down the line for a foul ball. You can see Soriano was far enough off the bag. If LaRoche makes the play, it's probably a double play.
Soriano with a leadoff walk. Pirates with 3 in the top of the inning. Mahalam has the signal from Paulino. Here's a pitch inside. He's 2-0 in 3 career starts against the Cubs. Both wins coming here. Ground ball to short. That's a double play ball. Theriot hustling, can't beat it out. 6-4-3 as they turn it. So Wilson teaming up with Sanchez, and they get the double play.
37th double play of the season for the Pirates. This is a pretty solid DP combination here. Jack Wilson, Freddie Sanchez, both with very quick hands, good range. Long underhanded toss that time from Jack Wilson. Relay just in time to get Theriot at first.
I was looking up Ryan Theriot's numbers. In his short career in an 0-2 count, he came in at 294.
Wow.
And after making that out now, 5 for 18. An 0-2 count. Derek Lee with a 16-game hit streak and a 31-game on-base streak. Leading the majors at 394. Todd Helton's at 393, right behind him. Popped up right side. Into the outfield grass is Sanchez, and the catch is made by the first baseman LaRoche. So they'll discuss as they head into the dugout. Hopefully Zeke can settle down in the second. It's 3-0.
Garden Claw Gold adjusts to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
Professional toolman at work.
Before there's construction, there is destruction.
He's fully trained to handle dangerous situations. Like 3 kids, 1 wife, and Al.
You know what I've always wondered? Why everybody likes Al?
Remember, don't try this at home. Leave it to the comedy professionals.
Just to weed out the men from the boys.
Home Improvement, weekdays.
Weekdays at 5:30 on Superstation WGN. Becker, late nights on Superstation WGN.
Well, the Cubs are down early. Long way to go today, and Lou Piniella hoping that Carlos Zambrano finds it as he faces the number 8 hitter, Jack Wilson. 35 pitches in the first inning for Z. 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 strikeout. He also hit a batter and had a throwing error on a pickoff attempt.
Well, skipping school, apparently missing spelling class.
1-1 pitch. And now 1 ball, 2 strikes on a guy who got the night off last night.
I mean, you know, a Cubs game is priceless. Skipping school is priceless, but spelling teacher is not going to be pleased at all.
Well, Jack Wilson 2 nights ago called it the worst game of his career. Aside from 2 sacrifice flies, one tied it in the 9th, the other one won it in the 15th.
Yeah, not to mention several defensive gems that he made in the ball game. He sets a high standard.
He did make an error, allowing the Cubs to take the lead in the 7th, and at the plate was officially 0 for 6. It's a rainbow to right, sending Merton over toward the line. Matt has it. And that's out number 1. Here comes a pitcher, Paul Mahalem, career 123 hitter with 4 RBIs. Last time the Pirates will be here at Wrigley Field until September.
Only 2 trips in this year for the Pirates into Chicago, which upset some of the traveling party, I'm told.
They did have an off day here, though, on Monday. And I think everybody thoroughly enjoyed it. It's one of the first things that players look at. We do, too, when you get the schedule. You always have a few off days in the middle of a road trip to try to find out, okay, which city are we going to have an off day?
And obviously there are some cities you would much rather have your off days. We won't mention the other cities out of respect.
Oh, you can mention them if you want, but our email is up and running. So it probably wouldn't be a great idea.
No, thank you.
Somebody once asked me what's the worst major league city. As a fan, took one right off the noggin on a ball that was in the upper deck, and it came down and hit him right in the back of the head. And man, when you're not expecting it, it hurts a little bit more. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Called strike 3, so Mahalem is out. So I was asked, what's the worst major league city? I said, I don't really look at it that way. Maybe least favorite would be a better way to put it. But there's no city that I dislike going to. There are just some that I enjoy more.
And the time of year you go to certain cities will enter into how much you enjoy being there. But, yeah, they all have something to offer. No question about it.
He got the ball.
Okay.
Scott Air got hit by an errant throw the other night before he pitched. That had been his best outing of the year. Sanchez strikes out, and Zambrano now has retired 6 in a row. 3-0 Pirates early on.
The night that changed television history.
The moment the country has been waiting for.
Justin Guarini and Kelly Clarkson.
We have the results. The winner of American Idol is
American Idol's biggest night ever.
I can't believe it's happening to me.
American Idol Rewind. Sunday at 8 on Superstation WGN.
Okay, class. If you're in the South, you say, "Hey, feller, give me a Bud Light."
Hey, fella, give me a Bud Light.
In New York, you say, "Hey, give me a Bud Light." You got a problem with that?
Bud Light, you got a problem with that.
In East LA, you say, "Give me a Bud Light, Holmes."
Give me a Bud Light, Holmes.
More importantly, if somebody asks you for a Bud Light, you say,
Don't speak English.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Bud Light?
Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Garden Claw Gold, adjust to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
Okay, people, raise your hand if you're sick of having to share school books. Yeah. Raise your hand if you think your classroom has too many kids in it. Yeah. Raise your hand if you think it's time for someone to do something about it. Yeah. Raise your hand if you can vote.
If grown-ups don't speak up to improve public schools, who will? Learn how you can make your voice heard at givekidsgoodschools.org.
American Idol Rewind. Saturday on Superstation WGN.
Pirates took game 1 in 15 innings. Jason Marquis dominated the Pirates last night. The Cubs won 1-0. And the Pirates with an early advantage today, 3-0. Cubs have won 3 of 5 in the season series. And Paul Maholm working against Aramis Ramirez. And he drives that ball deep left center field toward the bleachers. And out, a home run. Nice catch by a young fan in the front row. So the Cubs are on the board. Home run number 7 for Ramirez. Well, that little guy was in the right place, wasn't he? What a thrill.
As shaky as the start of the ball game was for Carlos Zambrano, he just needs to find a way to hang in there, getting defensive plays like that behind him. How far did it fly from Southwest Airlines? 369 feet into that young man's glove.
Merton shoots one toward left center, cut off by Jack Wilson, and he got the out. What a play. Not the first time we've seen Wilson do that. Tell you what, Matt Merton had a great approach last night. He did have a couple of hits, but had one taken away there.
Yeah, the Cubs offense lately has shown signs that even when they fall behind early, starting to swing those bats, string together some offense. Just need Carlos to continue to settle in the way he did in that second inning. Stop the Pirates, give his offense a chance to get back in this ball game.
A home run for Ramirez, his 15th career homer versus his former team. trying to jump into the top 10 in the National League home run leaderboard. And a bunch of players tied for 7th, or rather with 7, tied for 10th. One and 2 the count on DeRosa. 3-1 Pirates. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Time to have a ball with the Illinois Lottery. Literally.
Don't throw it back. Nice play.
It doesn't get any better than that. Blanco with a ground ball. Easy play this time for Wilson. And the inning is over. Ramirez leading off with a home run. The Cubs are on the board. That young fan with a great catch in the bleachers. 3-1.
Saturday night on WGN. Burley and the boys are back on the South Side for a battle royale with Kansas City. Sox Royals. Saturday at 7 on WGN.
You're messing with the wrong guy.
We're up to 1 million hits. Sweet. Who is it?
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, right.
Presenting Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. So revolutionary, it targets and kills the toughest weeds without harming your lawn. Ortho Weed Be Gone sprayed here, ordinary weed killer here. Only Ortho Weed Be Gone has a foaming action and weed targeting formula for total root kill. So it killed the weeds, but not the grass. The ordinary weed killer killed everything. Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. Kills weeds, not lawns. Guaranteed. Now available with new crabgrass control.
If a Cubs player hits a homer today, write down the distance and player's name and send it to WGN TV. You could win 2 round-trip tickets to any Southwest Airlines destination. Next 24, the president is forced out by his own cabinet.
That's what they did legal.
And he suspects treason.
This country is about to go to war based on evidence that I am now convinced is false.
Now Jack is his last hope of stopping a global conflict.
I can't stop this war without you, Alex.
As the traitors turn on each other.
I get this feeling I'm being set up.
He cannot be allowed to talk.
Jack makes a desperate push to track them down.
We've got to keep moving.
Next 24, Saturday at 11:30 on Superstation WGN.
Well, Ramos Ramirez with a home run, and the fan on the right with a great catch. We wonder if the principal's calling, wondering where he is.
Might be an agent. You never know.
Principal Rooney calling. Bueller, I know you're at the ballgame. Hey, former Cub and former Pirate Bill Madlock is with us in the booth, and coming up, the Culver's 2nd annual charity challenge for the Crosstown Classic. 1 strike to count as Zambrano works against Jose Bautista. Bill, how are you today?
All right. We're looking forward to next week out there at the zoo at the Culver. Their outstanding restaurant, and the charity work they do here is fantastic.
Check swing bouncer foul, so that'll be at the Lincoln Park Zoo. The farm in the zoo, they're going to turn it into a regulation wiffle ball field.
Well, we got to get more Cub fans out there. The White Sox fans kind of beat us last year, so we got to get more out there.
Oh, yeah. Cub fans, make sure you head out. That's next Friday, the 18th. What do you think of interleague play? Cubs and Sox, it's like a World Series atmosphere when these two teams get together.
Well, it's outstanding for the city, and I think this year, it should be the Cubs year, because I think they got a team that at least can win the Central Division, because it's going to be really close, but I think it's really good for baseball.
Swing and a miss and a strikeout, so Zambrano is settling in. That's his 4th strikeout. So this is the 2nd annual event. And you're going to be the one captain, the other captain, Ron Kittle.
Right. I mean, what he did, boy, he had all the custard out there. He was outstanding. It's twice as good as ice cream. That's why he's a little bigger than I am.
Well, you'll take weather like this next week, won't you?
Oh, yeah, this is fantastic. It's a great day for baseball. It's always a great day, as Ernie says, always a great day for baseball out here at Wrigley Field.
It'll be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Ground ball hit by Jason Bay. Ontario throws him out, so fans will have 3 swings to put a ball in fair territory, right? For charity.
Yeah, and you know what they're doing, you know, the Culver Custer, they're giving up to $20,000 to the 2 charity events. You know, they did a fantastic job last year, and just going to be even better this year.
I noticed you were pitching to some of the young hitters there. You raked a lot of pitchers in your career. How did it feel to let those kids beat up on you like that?
Boy, they smoked me, you know, because what they did, they went over and got some frozen custard, and then it came right over and hit, so they was ready to go. They was nice and cool, and I was dying out there.
4-time batting champ. And how are you hitting the wiffle balls? They're a little more difficult to control sometimes, depending on the wind.
That's how I learned to hit, though, with wiffle balls.
Oh, really?
Because, you know, the curveballs, breaking balls, and nothing ever went straight with a wiffle ball. That's why I learned, because we couldn't afford a baseball bat now.
I think a lot of players down on the field, you know, their first experience playing ball was a, you know, wiffle ball in the backyard with your brothers or your neighbors or whatever it might be. And like you said, it wasn't easy to hit that wiffle ball.
I watch you hit. You could hit anything.
Oh, please. Please.
Now, fans will also have the chance to sample Culver's frozen custard.
It is fantastic. I mean, it tastes just unbelievable. It's got about 900 different flavors, so it's just fantastic.
What's your favorite?
All of them. I love all of them.
Try them all.
Strawberries, you know, and chocolate and vanilla, you know, the basic.
Hey, your thoughts on Derek Lee? Won a batting title 2 years ago and hitting in the 390s to start this year.
I'm getting jealous. You might catch me, you know, getting 2 batting shots. He's just a fantastic hitter. It really hurt the Cubs last year when he wasn't in the lineup. He just, you know, he looked like he's getting better and better every year.
And Doma takes a walk with 2 outs. Do you know Lou at all? Lou Piniella?
Oh, yeah, I talked to him, you know, at the Cubs convention. He said one thing he loved to have the ex-players come around the ballpark. He said he loves that. The team loves it. So I'm going to be around the ballpark a lot more this year than I was last year.
Oh, that's great. There's Xavier Nady hit a sac fly in the first inning. And again, the Culver's 2nd annual charity challenge for the Crosstown Classic next Friday, May 18th at the Lincoln Park Zoo.
You know, even if you don't get a chance to, you know, come out, you need to go to the restaurants, because we got over 70 restaurants around the Chicago areas, and the food there is just outstanding.
Every time we talk about the sweet defensive play, think about a butter burger and then some frozen custard.
Oh, I take 2 of them. I guess you could tell, though.
Swing and a miss. And the Cubs and the Sox matching up. First time will be at Wrigley Field, and then later on in the year on the south side. There's a 1-1 from Zambrano. Nady smacks it in the air. Merton tracking on the warning track, and he dropped it. And Domet is going to come around and score. Matt was there. He'll be charged with an error. Got a glove on it. And he couldn't haul it in, and it's 4-1.
Butterburger finger.
Second error for the Cubs today.
I mean, no question, it's a tough sun field in right here at Wrigley for these day games, but Merton looked like he was in pretty good shape. Gets underneath the ball. Just didn't squeeze it. Hit on the fingertip of the glove and dropped down onto the warning track.
So no hits in the inning, but the Pirates get their 4th run on a walk and a 2-base error. And strike 1 on Adam LaRoche. Hey, Bill, PNC Park, have you been there?
Yeah.
What do you think of that place?
It is fantastic. You know, by ESPN magazine, it's rated the #1 ballpark. It's just, I call it a ballpark inside of a restaurant, because there's so many great restaurants in there.
We've enjoyed going to PNC, and then when you're here at Wrigley Field on a day like this, packed house, no better place to be.
Oh, no, this is just unbelievable. You know, being from Decatur, I grew up with Wrigley Field, and, you know, Sano and all the guys, and, you know, they're just fantastic.
You stop by and talk to Ron?
I'm gonna go by because I was in Pittsburgh, and Dick Roach told me to tell him hello. You know, how's he doing?
We had another pretty good catch here in the upper deck. Fans coming through today.
What, give that guy a contract? Was that Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, we want everybody to come out, you know, just have a good time out there at the zoo. We're going to have a fantastic time. And Culver put on an outstanding, you know, program there.
That's in the dirt. 1-2 on LaRoche. No hits for the Pirates since the first, but they get that unearned run.
I was about to say, you had the pleasure of playing at one of the best ballparks in the major leagues here, Wrigley, and then you also played a Candlestick a little while.
Oh, yes. We had other names in that ballpark.
We did. Tough place to hit.
Oh, yes.
I caught a piece of Henry. Now, when you were a home player, the Candlestick, they had artificial turf, correct? Or did it change over?
They changed over. Unfortunate, you know, they changed over. I hate to mention his name, Riley, when OJ came over, because he had the bad knees when he came from Buffalo, so they put dirt in there, and we know dirt and Candlestick do not work with all the wind there.
Runner at second, 2 outs. And a ground ball, base hit into right. There'll be another unearned run. As Nady scores, and it's now 5-1. Bill, thanks so much for the time. Again, come on out a week from Friday, the Culver's second annual charity challenge for the Crosstown Classic.
Right, we're gonna have to beat the White Sox this year, and not just, you know, out there with Culver Restaurant, but, you know, when doing the game here.
All right, always a pleasure to see you.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for the time,
all right.
Bill.
Okay, big guy. Doggy. Take care.
Bill Madlock, one of the great hitters in baseball history.
There's the hard ground ball through the right side. Derek Lee ranging as far as he can go to his right with a dive. Just can't quite get there in time. And once again, Carlos in damage control mode here.
Stopped by DeRosa, and that's the third out. A couple of unearned runs for the Pirates. It's now 5-1 after 2.5.
Make it easy for yourself. With Southwest Airlines, you can fly nonstop from Chicago Midway to Long Island MacArthur for just $39 one way with a 7-day advance purchase.
You are now free to move about the country.
Switch to Valvoline's Max Life, and there's no telling how long your car will keep going. Max Life not only protects against friction, but also leaks, deposits, and sludge, the 4 major causes of high-mileage engine breakdown. Long live your car.
Garden Claw Gold adjusts to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
At Sacred Heart Hospital, we treat patients like family.
Giving each individual the kind of personal attention you won't find anywhere else.
Carla?
Our doctors are among the best in the nation.
Clear! I'm alive!
And we're the leading edge in diagnostics.
Well, either this kid has a light bulb up his butt or his colon has a great idea.
In our home, you don't just get better, you get the best.
And every employee takes pride in his work.
Planning on making it worth my while?
Scrubs, weeknights at 11:30 on Superstation WGN. Funniest Pets and People, Tuesday night on Superstation WGN.
It's now 5-1 as the Pirates have had a couple of unearned tallies. Angel Pagan with his first 07 big league at bat. Last year, Angel with 170 at bats with the Cubs, 77 games. He hit .247, 5 home runs, 18 RBIs. And coming back from AAA Iowa, he's a switch hitter and starting in center field and batting 8th. Felix P.A. had value, as we talked about, but hasn't played much lately. Jock Jones has kind of taken command at center. And when you want to give Jock a day off against a tough lefty, it's kind of unfair to Felix to have him be that guy to play center. So the Cubs bring up Pagan, and P.A. will play every day in Iowa.
I think it'd be a different story if we were in August and September of a pennant race. Then Felix P.A. brings a lot to the table. A defensive replacement, a pinch runner, guy you can use to pinch hit to lead off an inning. We've seen Lou use him a lot in double switch situations, but it's awfully early in the season to have a young player sitting the bench as often as P.A. had to do in the early going this year.
Tough night for Jock last night. He went 0 for 4 and left 9 on base, but the Cubs won 1-0. Jason Marquis picked up the offense. Zambrano on deck. Foul ball to third. Ooh, foul ball, everybody. It's all right.
Matt Murn with a tough error out there looking up into the sun trying to catch that fly ball off the bat of Xavier Nady. Nobody feels worse about it than Matt Merton. Zambrano goes over, gives him a little pat on the shoulder, said, "Don't worry about it. I'll pick you up." Ron Santo and I have argued for years about the toughest right field in baseball. Now the Candlestick Park is gone. You can't even throw that into the argument, but he always thought Wrigley was the toughest with the bright sun and the wind you have to deal with out there for the day games. I always thought Candlestick was the tougher of the right fields because of the swirling winds. You never knew what the ball was going to do from one at bat to the next.
We're on radio today. One of his best friends in the world, Glenn Beckert. Former Cub will handle the stretch today. Pagan stays alive.
Well, then I don't know how much of an opportunity you had to see Bill Madlock during his playing career, but he could hit. Whew.
Oh yeah, I remember Bill Madlock.
Lightning quick swing.
15 seasons in the big leagues. Pagan wearing out that left field line in foul territory. Nice barehanded play. Everybody picking it. Madlock finished his career as a teammate of Alan Trammell in Detroit, 1987. Called strike 3, and Pagan is gone. It's the first out. It'll be the first at bat for the pitcher, Carlos Zambrano.
Steady diet of hard stuff, and then Mahalam just drops a slow curveball on the outside corner.
We've talked about this issue in the past. Kind of the score dictating maybe the approach. It's 5-1 Pirates. Do you change your approach at all as a hitter? We're still first time through the order here. As hard as it is to remain patient and not get too anxious, I guess that's the big key, right? Not try to get it all back with one swing.
Well, you can't get it all back with one swing at this point. And the old rule of thumb used to be if you fall behind early in a ball game, you take till you get a strike. Make that pitcher throw a lot of pitches, give him a chance to make a mistake. Zambrano with a ground ball through Batista at third base. See how they rule that one. Batista immediately started to back up, made that a very tough op. It's going to be an infield hit for Carlos.
That saves Bautista from what would have been his first error. Hey, good to see Matt Sinatro back working first base today. That bad hop right at the end. Once Bautista backed up, it was going to be a very difficult play. Good job by Ivan De Jesus, Cubs special assistant, for filling in. Matt was a little under the weather, but back at work this afternoon. He had a lot of nice things to say about your work as we watched the other day. Wilson, Sanchez, LaRoche. Second double play for the Pirates. 3 in the books. 5-1 Pittsburgh.
You packed your own shoots for the first time, and that's a big deal. As a surprise, I stocked the fridge in the hangar with Bud Light.
Hey, where's the Bud Light?
So let's Polo.
refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it. Chase Freedom. It feels like no other credit card in the world. And it works like no other card, too. Feel free to choose cash back. And then change to points. And then change again, all with the same card and without losing a thing. That's freedom. Chase Freedom. Get it free at chase.com/freedom.
Hi, can you tell me, how are the rooms at that hotel?
Very nice curtains and TV as video games.
Uh-huh. And the rooms at your hotel?
There's a bed and some tables.
Right.
Want to talk to someone who really knows hotels? Call the experts at Hotels.com. They've got the inside scoop on over 70,000 properties. They're available 24/7, and they'll always find you the best price guaranteed. Just log on or call 800-2HOTELS now. Hotels.com. We know hotels inside and out.
Through the ups and downs, we still believe.
I'm just so happy and so pleased and so excited to be given this opportunity. And I'm going to work as hard as I humanly can, and my coaching staff will do the same to ensure that this ends up very, very successful.
The big players are ready. Next year is here. The season of hope is alive. Cubs baseball on Superstation WGN.
WGN rules. We appreciate it.
Great cruise. I second that.
Yep. 5-1 Pittsburgh as we hit the fourth inning. A roller to DeRosa. Short throw, 1 out. The 6th annual Meet the Team Have a Ball is Tuesday, May 29th at 2:30. This is your chance to walk on the .04 Cubs. Get your ducats. You've heard that phrase, right? That word, D-U-C-A-T-S. Ducats or tickets. Well, Holland struck out looking in the second. Outside corner. Cubs will face another lefty tomorrow night. Cole Hamels will be moved up. Former Cub John Lieber was scheduled to face the Cubs in Philadelphia tomorrow, but he's been pushed back to Sunday. He has an injury on one of his fingers on his pitching hand, so he's been moved back to Sunday. Hamels will pitch tomorrow night against Rich Hill. That should be a very good matchup. Two lefties coming in at 4-1. Angel Guzman against Freddie Garcia Sunday. Mulholland gone again. Guzman and Garcia, I should say, Saturday, and then Ted Lilly and John Lieber on Sunday.
Hamels and Hill, very similar style of pitchers, both big, tall left-handers featuring a big overhand breaking ball. Of course, anytime you're a left-handed pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies, the comparisons to Steve Carlton inevitably sneak in there. Not fair to Cole Hamels or any left-hander to be compared to Steve Carlton.
We'll have Sunday's game right here on WGN Sports. We'll hit the air at noon. Pre-game coverage. Dan Roan will be with us from Citizens Bank Park. A special edition of the leadoff man. And that'll be a Mother's Day edition of Cubs baseball. Have you taken care of Joan yet, or are you still working on that?
I'm a few years in arrears on those Mother's Day gifts. But I did call the kids and remind them.
So that I was just going to add. That's the biggest thing you need to do. Call Junior and tell them, make sure you make a phone call and send a card.
I was actually a week ahead. You may remember on the last plane flight I was asking guys about Mother's Day, and I thought it was last Sunday. There were quite a few guys in a panic getting off the plane.
You'd rather be a week early than a week late. Base hit through the hole on the left side. So Sanchez on for the second time. First time he got on, he was hit by a pitch to start the contest. They will have pink bats once again. A lot of Major League players will use pink bats for at least one at bat, as Major League Baseball tries to raise awareness for breast cancer research. One ball, no strikes on Bautista. Double and a run in the first, a strikeout in the third. And DeRosa over to Lee to end the inning. Pirates strand one. They lead 5-1.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
What up, P?
Yo, I got an idea.
The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary thing.
Armor All Wax,
that everyone
wipes,
ought to do.
and tire shines. Go ahead, stare.
Everyone has their routine. It's the same old stuff. Nothing new. Now it's time to shake things up. Put some bada bing into your day. Even kick up your heels. The cure for the everyday is laughter. So laugh it up with America's Funniest Home Videos. Weekdays at 3. Then get hit again. Weeknights at 7. America's Funniest Home Videos on Superstation WGN.
Hey, Cub fans, win great Cubs prizes in the Bud Light Ultimate Cub Fan Sweepstakes. Look for specially marked 24 packs of Bud Light, Budweiser, and Bud Select. You could win Bud Light bleacher tickets, Cubs t-shirts, a private rooftop for a Cubs game, an HD home theater system, or the grand prize of 2 Cubs season tickets for the 2008 season. Bud Light and Chicago Cubs baseball, always worth it. Golfed in the air by Ryan Theriot. And hauled in by Ryan Domet. One out, nobody on, and Derek Lee digging in. Found the outside sliver. They might have been out here 2 nights ago and haven't caught up yet.
Still recovering.
Just like that, 0-2. A lot of strikes from Paul Mahalo.
Yeah, quality strikes, too. I mentioned he's a nibbler. He tries to work around the edges of the zone. Got D. Lee with a sinking fastball for strike 1, a changeup that he left up a little bit for strike 2.
That got away from Wilson. Line shot. He wasn't going to be able to catch it. It did hit the dirt and just squirted away from him.
No ruling yet. I have to believe that's an error on Jack Wilson. It was hit hard right at his feet, but he's in good position there to get in front of the ball. It just squirts underneath the glove. I stand corrected.
So the hit streak at 17, the on-base streak at 32. Ramirez, ground ball to short. We've seen this movie way too many times. 6-4-3. It's the third time the Pirates have turned the trick. 5-1.
We go nonstop too. Fly Southwest Airlines from Chicago Midway to Baltimore, Washington, or Washington Dulles International for just $59. Just $59 one way with a 7-day advance purchase by May 17th.
You are now free to move about the country.
Yes, it's time to vacation. Dollar Millionaire style.
Road trip.
With outstanding McDonald's fries and outlandish legroom. This cabin is first class all the way.
Oh, these people don't fly coach, but they're pretty fly.
They're also decked out with decadent double cheeseburgers and other dollar menu delicacies. No, they don't need a 5-star hotel. They've got 5 million.
Chase Freedom. It feels like no other credit card in the world. And it works like no other card, too. Feel free to choose cash back. And then change to points. And then change again, all with the same card and without losing a thing. That's freedom. Chase Freedom. Get it free at chase.com/freedom.
Caution, professional toolman at work.
Before there's construction, there is destruction.
He's fully trained to handle dangerous situations. Like 3 kids, 1 wife, and Al.
You know what I've always wondered? Why everybody likes Al?
Remember, don't try this at home. Leave it to the comedy professional.
Just to weed out the men from the boys.
Home Improvement, weekdays.
Weekdays at 5:30 on Superstation WGN.
Slider just missing off the plate inside. 5-1 Pittsburgh. 2 of their 5 runs unearned. Ramirez with a home run in the second. Accounting for the Cubs run. They have hit into 3 double plays. Strike that time on a slider.
You know, we witnessed it last night with Jason Marquis. If a pitcher puts a pitch in the lane that he wants to throw it in, and by that I mean either the outside corner.
That one will go for Jason Bay. Another great catch by a fan, keeping that ball off Waveland. And it might end up back on the field. Jason Bay with his 5th home run of the year to make it 6-1. You were talking about lanes.
Yeah, talking about throwing to lanes. I mentioned Steve Carlton earlier. That's something that he tried to do in his career. He felt there were certain lanes on the plate that if he put his pitch in those lanes, he was going to get the desired result. You know, a pitch just inside the outside corner at the knees. He was probably going to get a ground ball to short from a right-handed batter. And we saw Jason Marquis last night pitching to those lanes and getting the ground balls. And Paul Maholm is doing the same thing today for the Pirates, getting those ground ball double plays when he needs them.
Zambrano behind again. 2-0. The even innings, no problem. The second and the fourth. But it's been those odd innings in which the Pirates have scored their runs. 3 in the first, 2 in the third, and 1 already here in the 5th.
Well, in both the second and the fourth inning, he had the luxury of working to the bottom of the order, the 8-9 hitter, to start the inning. A couple of quick outs both times in the second and the fourth. A little different story in the odd number innings.
The 3-1 pitch driven down the right field line for Doman. Hit streak already at 10. He has a single, a walk, a run, and now a double.
for Jason Bay. This is his 4th home run in his career against Carlos Zambrano. A no-doubter to the back of the bleachers in left field. And then Ryan Domit, possibly the hottest Pirates hitter coming into this series, stays hot, lining a double down that right field line.
Right-hander Rocky Cherry has a baseball. And we're keeping our good friend Jack Rosenberg and his family in our thoughts today, and we send along our condolences. Jack's wife Mayora passed away earlier this week. They had services today. We also want to send out get well wishes to Whitey Pearson. Whitey, hope you're feeling great, and we'll see you at the park very soon. Whitey recently had cataract surgery. So, Whitey, we hope you're feeling better.
Absolutely.
A warm day here at the ballpark. 76 when we started. And the Pirates offense has been hot throughout. Flies. Nady got under it. Plenty of room for Soriano now coming in. Don't miss the action as the Cubs battle the White Sox on Friday, May 18th. Game time 1:20. But be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 fans will receive a Cubs drawstring bag, compliments of Just for Men. A lot of road games coming up. That home series will consist of 3 games. After today, 13 of the next 16 will be on the road. Cubs will head east, then come back for the 3 against the White Sox before they go to California. Ryan Domit at second base. A 1-ball, no strike count on Adam LaRoche. That's high. One of the teams the Cubs will play on that trip, the Dodgers. Andy LaRoche recently called up, the younger brother of Adam. And he's been playing third base.
Yeah, every day is a test in the major leagues, but should be a real good test. This East Coast swing coming up for the Cubs. Listen, the Phillies and the Mets leading the National League in batting average, ERA, second in team defense. Pretty solid ball club. Should be a great test for the Cubs.
Dodgers were shut out in Florida today, 3-0. LaRoche takes a walk. Josh Willingham with a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 9th off Derek Lowe to win it. Second walk given up by Zambrano. Ronnie Paulino batting with 2 on.
You get the feeling the only reason Carlos is still in this ball game is the fact he's retired Paulino twice already in the game. Once struck him out looking, once an easy ground ball to second base.
Look at that. Wow. 104 pitches, and he's not through the 5th. To short. Terrio gets it to DeRosa. Relay throw in time. They get the double play. First one turned by the Cubs. Bay led off the inning with a home run, and the lead now for the Pirates is 5.
You're messing with the wrong guy.
We're up to 1 million hits.
Sweet.
Who is it?
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, right. Garden Claw Gold adjusts to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
Dr. Max, extension 456.
Okay, so I'm not a mother yet, but I figure I'm gonna be real soon. So on the way here, we stopped and got this cake from Dairy Queen. Besides, 12 hours of labor, and I'm really gonna need it.
It's her day. Celebrate it with a cake from Dairy Queen. Layers of chocolate and vanilla soft serve and our signature fudge crunch. Do one this Mother's Day.
When the world is at risk.
Fire one!
When lives hang in the balance.
The only thing holding her together are the bird droppings, sir.
One man is heading underwater.
You ever dived a boat before, Lieutenant? I mean on purpose.
And getting in way too deep.
All right, everybody, it's time to kick this pig.
Kelsey Grammer, Lauren Hawley, William H. Macy, and Bob Schneider.
These men love me!
Down Periscope.
Friday at 8 on Superstation WGN. Lizzie McGuire, Sunday at 11, only on Superstation WGN.
Well, it's been tough for Carlos Zambrano to find any sort of consistency. He came in having won his last 2 starts, but has struggled in the first inning. And coming into today, a 7.04 earned run average in 3 Wrigley starts. Just foul off the bat of Matt Merton. That's troubling to see Carlos struggle so much at home. And I'll be curious to see if Larry Rothschild, if there's anything that he'll talk to Carlos about regarding the first inning. You want to find out why he's been struggling earlier, but again, you don't want to focus too much on that because then it becomes a mental game.
Yeah, you definitely don't want it to get between a guy's ears.
Now, one of the things a pitching coach will do is have somebody stand in out in the bullpen before a start, and you almost pitch an inning before you get in the game.
Well, there's different ways that you try to alter your routine leading up to that first inning, so hopefully you avoid that tough, rocky first inning. Merton with a lazy fly ball into right field. Warm up a little longer, warm up to the point where you're ready to go into the ball game, then sit down for 5 or 10 minutes and then get back up and throw some more warm up pitches. Yeah, I'm sure that Larry and Carlos will try everything to avoid those tough first innings.
It was an auspicious start. He plunked Freddie Sanchez, so that told you right off the bat that his command was not totally on as DeRosa clubs one foul. And the 0-1 from Mahalam catches his own. Mahalam really scuffled his last.
Derecho a compensación de empleado. Para asegurar que no pierda sus beneficios, puede necesitar un abogado para que lo ayude con su caso. Vandergans Law no le cobra cuotas de abogado en estos casos, al menos y hasta que obtengamos compensación. Si nos necesita, sería un honor ayudarle. Vandergans Law, llame al 797-Ley-1 o 1-800-796-Ley-1.
Amiguito.
Check swing, and he went. Quick call made by Charlie Relaford, and DeRosa's out on strikes.
Mahalam just teasing the Cubs hitters, showing fastball around the outside corner and then bouncing off speed pitches up there to the plate. From our Southwest RoboCam, you see DeRosa has a hard time holding up. Good low ball hitter. He saw that breaking ball down around the knees, and then the bottom fell out. Pitch ended up in the dirt. You'll notice Mahalam, as he goes into his delivery, he'll wiggle that glove right there. I would assume that at some point in his career he was tipping his pitches. Sometimes a guy, as they go into the glove to change the grip from a fastball to a changeup, they have to fan the glove open a little bit, and certainly that's something that hitters or hitting coaches can pick up very easily. So to combat that, he just wiggles his glove on every pitch.
Dan Wheeler with the Astros does that now on every pitch. Henry Blanco, last 2 times before today at the plate as a pinch hitter in extra innings, and he got a hit both times. Pinch hit single to continue the rally in the 10th on Sunday versus Washington, and a 14th inning hit Tuesday night to start this series. Lined into left, Bay over to make the catch. Cubs go down in order, 6-1 Pirates.
Just because I'm a foster kid doesn't mean I'm a lost cause.
I have the potential for greatness.
Some people have an attitude about me because my parents have problems.
Give me a chance.
Do something to help me make it.
Make foster care better.
Don't write me off.
Foster kids are our kids.
What are you doing?
Should we pick him up? He has Bud Light.
He has an axe.
But he has Bud Light.
And an axe.
I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Hey, buddy. What's with the axe?
It's a bottle opener.
Hop in.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Look, here's Bud Light.
And a chainsaw.
Waffles and soft serve are hooking up? Huh. I hooked up once. She was an ear. Wow. They were made for each other. Waffles and soft serve. In the chocolate-covered strawberry waffle bowl sundae at Dairy Queen. Do one.
We got just what you need to keep your yard beautiful and weed-free. Let's start with fertilizer.
We're here because we've been there with the tools, products, and advice to get it done right. True Value. Start right. Start here.
The night that changed history.
The winner of American Idol is...
For a moment like this.
American Idol Rewind. Sunday at 8 on Superstation WGN.
Hey, music fans, Dave Matthews Band coming to the Alpine Valley Music Theater August 25th and 26th, brought to you by Live Nation and part of the Bud Light Concert Series. Tickets are on sale now. Visit livenation.com or Ticketmaster at 312-559-1212. Bud Light and DMV, always worth it. It's coming up in late August. One and one on the number 8 hitter, Jack Wilson. Green foul ground. With a running grab. Wilson normally bats second, but down in the 8th spot today. And he's 0 for 3. Pirates have scored 6 times against the Cubs ace.
This is another one of those even innings where Carlos has done pretty well. A 1-2-3 second. Gave up a 2-out single in the 4th. No damage done. And gets the first batter, Jack Wilson, here in the 6th.
The first place Brewers are off today. They have won 6 in a row. Best record in the major leagues at 24-10. Cubs 6.5 outs starting action in second place. Some other day baseball action we'll talk about as we move along, including Cincinnati beating Houston 9-5. Reds started the day in last place. They snap a 3-game skid. Over in the American League, the White Sox beat the Twins 3-0. Jose Contreras over Carlos Silva. Got him, called strike 3 for the 3rd time. Mulholland strikes out. Well, we have a moment. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
It's the funniest bloopers, blunders, and embarrassing moments, all caught on tape. America's funniest home videos. Weekdays at 7 Eastern on Superstation WGN.
fine.
To do that. Pagan is there. Third out in the books. Bottom 6. Angel will lead it off with the Cubs trailing by 5.
Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Pepsi. Your world, your Pepsi.
Like I said, we live in a society where the individual ego and the group dynamic are in constant struggle.
Response?
Yeah, I have a response. What?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Nobody said this was going to be easy.
Now see, if Geico.com had taken that approach instead of telling everyone it's so easy a caveman can do it, I wouldn't be having an existential meltdown right now.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
There's subs made the Quiznos way, and there's wrong way.
Hello.
Quiznos toast their subs, and wrong way. Try our new peppercorn Parmesan turkey with bacon sub for $3.49, only at Quiznos. Toasty.
Garden Claw Gold adjusts to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
He's making over your life.
It's almost a miracle.
And your relationships.
You need to get some dating done.
The Greg Barron Show.
Take a look.
Weekdays at 2 on Superstation WGN.
Well, this crowd wants to get in it. And the Cubs are trailing 6-1. Angel Pagan skies it deep to left. Jason Bay is going to give up on it. And a home run. Back in the big leagues. And Angel makes it 6-2. 6th career home run for Pagan.
Must have feel good for Angel Pagan getting a start right away in his recall from AAA. A rare mistake that time from Paul Maholm. He left that pitch up over the heart of the plate. He's been nibbling away at that outside corner early in the count. This time a belt-high fastball down the middle of the plate. Pagan with a towering home run to left field.
And Jones will pitch hit for Zambrano. High chopper to second base for Freddie Sanchez.
Jumping on the first pitch he saw from Paul Maholm in this at bat. Look at the location. Belt high, a little off the middle of the plate. Our Southwest, how far did it fly? 366 feet. Let's try to creep back into this ball game. Well, it's always a great feeling when you get called up from the minor leagues to immediately contribute, hopefully to a win, but just to get involved in the mix right away. I thought that was a good move on Lou Pinella's part to immediately get Pagan in the lineup today.
5 of his 6 career home runs have been at home. Off the inside corner. Evens up the count at 1 apiece on Soriano. Caps out there. And Marty McCleary. Base hit into right center for Soriano. Career best hitting streak now at 18. Check out the Honda Civic game summary. Jason Bay with a home run. The Pirates scored 3 times in the opening inning. Paul Maholm's been pretty good today. Cubs getting to him here a bit in the 6th. Ramirez and Pagan with home runs. 4 earned runs charged to Zambrano in 6 innings of work. Get performance and save gas. Test drive a new Civic at your Honda dealer today. Terrio hustling hard and they'll only get an out at second. And as the Cubs avoid what would have been their third or fourth double play.
Well, the double plays have been killer for the Cubs today. Grounded into a double play in the first inning. Ryan Terrio. Quick turn 6-4-3. Another double play in the third inning. This one from Alfonso Soriano. 6-4-3. And then once again in the fourth inning, a 6-4-3 double play off the bat of Aramis Ramirez.
You're seeing the Cubs now be very aggressive early in the count against a guy who has thrown a lot of strikes. Cubs in that chip away mode. And this is the first inning in which they have had 2 hits. Another pitcher's strike. 1-2.
That fadeaway changeup starts just inside of the outside corner, then drops down and away from the right-handed hitter. Can't do much with that pitch. In a 2-strike count, you have to protect against it, however.
Kick in the 1-2. Going in tight. So it'll be up to the bullpen the rest of the way for the Cubs to keep the Pirates right where they are. And that'll end the inning. Well, Harlan with his 4th strikeout. Pagan led off the inning with a homer. It's now 6-2.
Into some serious monkey business. Funniest pets and people. Tuesday night on Superstation WGN.
I love the way you've decorated in here.
Want to get away? Now you can. Hurry. We've extended our internet sale. Fly Southwest Airlines nonstop from Chicago Midway to the Midwest for just $49. Purchased by May 17th.
You are now free to move about the country.
Hi.
Hey.
I just moved in down the hall, and do you have any chocolate sauce I could borrow?
Yeah. What's it for?
Oh, I'm just gonna pour it all over myself. Bye.
They were made for each other. Waffles and soft serve in the new chocolate-covered strawberry waffle bowl sundaes at Dairy Queen with fresh-baked waffles. Do one.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN Sports from Wrigley Field is brought to you by refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it. Angel Pagan, his first big league action here in 07, made his big league debut last year. And a home run in his second at bat. So we're into the 7th inning, and it's Rocky Cherry, a right-hander, against Jose Bautista. After him, Bay, and then Doman. A happy birthday to young Caden Thomas, turning 2 today. Lonnie Thomas, one of our great camera operators. I believe Caden's already 2. Remember when he was born. Big group from Emerson Middle School in Park Ridge. The 8th grade Walrus team, 110 children in attendance today. Another 8th grade field trip from Amboy Junior High from Amboy, Illinois.
For Rocky Cherry, he will always remember the Pittsburgh Pirates. He got his first major league victory against the Pirates in Pittsburgh last week. That suspended ball game. Had to wait overnight to see if he got his first big league victory.
A 2-pitch, 2-day first major league win. And he rings up Bautista. A 2-pitch, 2-out, 2-day win.
Deuces were wild. Good breaking ball right here. A little bit up. Probably not a location he wanted to throw that pitch, but in the strike zone nonetheless. Freezes Bautista, gets the call, third strike.
We talked about the rubber game. I had somebody ask me today, why do you say rubber game when it's the series is 1-1? I said, well, it could go either way. It could bounce either way. Oh, okay. Now, I haven't looked up the actual definition in the baseball dictionary of what rubber game would be, but that would be my assumption. Some of the things we say, we just say because that's the way it's always been done. But
heard it for years and years and years.
If you'd like to email us, lenandbob@aol.com. Did my explanation sound plausible?
Sure. Okay. I'll buy it. It's like the old expression, a can of corn. Somebody asked one time, where did that come from? And yeah, I had to look it up, but you know, it was based on fact. The shop clerks in the old days used to knock the cans of corn or green beans or whatever it may happen to be off the top shelf and catch them in their apron. A very easy catch.
Bay with another deep fly ball.
It's a can of corn.
Can of corn. For Alfonso Soriano. They keep Bay in the park. He hit a home run his last time. Hey, Cub fans, don't forget to check out our baseball blog on WGNTV.com. On the blog today, I have a post about today's roster moves, a link to our new weekly podcast, video links as well, take me out to the ballgame performances, and much more, all on WGNTV.com. Just click on the link for Len and Bob's blog. Swing and a miss by Ryan Domit. Glenn Beckert getting ready for the 7th inning stretch.
I'm not sure if our gun is a little extra hot today or if Rocky Cherry's just throwing that hard. That last pitch at 96.
Here comes Mr. Beckert.
Our guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, former Chicago Cub All-Star Glenn Beckert.
It's great to be back here in Chicago, fans. How about helping me out now? A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jam. Root for our colleague. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go, Cubbies. Let's have a fire in Wrigley.
Sorry, dude. Only got one left. Hey, I'm gonna grab some nachos. Walter! Watch my Bud Light, buddy.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Does Walter like nachos? Garden Claw Gold, adjust to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
The night that changed television history.
The moment the country has been waiting for.
Justin Guarini and Kelly Clarkson.
We have the results. The winner of American Idol is
a
American Idol's biggest night ever. American Idol Rewind, Sunday at 8 on Superstation WGN.
We have with us a 1968 Gold Glover at second base, Glenn Becker. Hi, Glenn. How are you? Always good to see you.
Let me tell you, as you get older, it's nice coming out and see you guys. I see you on TV now and then when I live down in Florida. And I'm down there with your group we call the Sewing Circle. That's my golf group down here in Inglewood, Florida. And
a ground ball, and Ramirez is out.
In our golf league, we have guys from 50 to 85 playing, so it's a lot of fun, but it's great to be back here in Wrigley Field and see you guys. And there's something about the Cubs this year. I think now that the weather's warmed up and the new money they put in here, I hope and I pray that it comes through and we start coming alive here at Wrigley.
I want to ask you about Ryan Theriot. He's become kind of a cult hero here at Wrigley Field with the energy he brings to the ballpark every day.
Well, it takes that type of guy to come there with his, he's ready to go when he walks through the gate, and he's in the door, and he's ready. And when you look at him as another player, you can get inspiration at it, and it promotes you.
Matt Merton at the plate, 1 out, and nobody on. 6-2, the Pirates have the lead.
Beck, I was talking earlier, being a middle infielder, you and Don Kessinger all those years together here in Chicago, I was talking about pitchers throwing to lanes on the plate. And as a middle infielder, when you see that pitch headed for that certain location, you're pretty sure that ground ball is going to come your direction.
Right. Kess had a lot. I think he had a lot more ability than I had fielding-wise, but he could be, and I could look at Kess where he was, so I knew more or less what range he had, and he also looked at me and he could tell what range we had. And staying together that many years, I think it was beneficial for us. I don't think you see that much anymore because.
Holland will spin and get Merton.
You have somewhat of all the free agency now, and one player's here for a year and then he's gone. So, but it's just the Cubs. I know, and I hope in my lifetime, but I know in my lifetime we're going to be at the World Series. So let's hope they turn this place on fire and we start rolling and getting things. I think the pitching's been a little better than last year, but we'll have to see what happens.
DeRosa batting. Mark playing second base with Theriot at short, and a strike. Got to ask you a question. Best defensive second baseman you ever saw?
Well, let's put it this way. With there was a player for the Pittsburgh Pirates. What's his name?
Bill Mazeroski.
Bill Mazeroski, good friend. And he, as far as fielding and durability, was tremendous. But here at the Cubs, it was Ryan Sandberg. He was number 1, and hopefully I finish number 2.
Absolutely. Hey, good to see you, Glenn, as always.
All right, this is the year, guys.
All right, we hope so. 6-2.
Caution, professional toolman at work. He's fully trained to handle dangerous situations. Like 3 kids, 1 wife, and Al. Remember, don't try this at home. Home Improvement, weekdays.
Weekdays at 5:30 on Superstation WGN. Fast-acting Roundup. So effective, it even beats the weather. Roundup kills to the root, and it's so fast, nothing stops it, not even the rain. Roundup. Faster, better, rainproof. There's subs made the Quiznos way, and there's wrong way.
Hello.
Quiznos toast their subs, and wrong way. Try our new peppercorn Parmesan turkey with bacon sub for $3.49 only at Quiznos. Toasty.
Now it's easy to sell your home fast with the no commission company. ForSaleByOwner.com.
We sold our home in 3 weeks.
I had no idea it could be that easy. It really was.
We've helped thousands of people save millions of dollars. We give you lawn signs and a step-by-step guide. We even have advisors on call to answer any questions. Visit ForSaleByOwner.com now at ForSaleByOwner.com. ForSaleByOwner.com. No commission, lots of help.
The annual Meet the Team Have a Ball is Tuesday, May 29th at 2:30. This is your chance to walk on the outfield grass at Wrigley Field and to meet the 2007 Chicago Cubs. Tickets are $300 each, and all proceeds benefit Cubs Care. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com or call 773-404-CUBS. Into the 8th. Cherry with a 1-2-3-7. Back out there. And Nady rolls over on a bouncer foul down the third base line. Atlanta beat the Padres 5-3 the final. Tim Hudson with his 4th win. He bested David Wells. Rafael Soriano with his 5th save for Atlanta. American League, Detroit over Seattle 7-3 the final. Justin Verlander beat Jeff Weaver, who's now 0-6. Maglio Ordonez and Brandon Inge hit home runs for the Tigers. Texas crushing the Yankees 14-2. Top of the 8th in the Bronx. Strike 3 as Nady whiffs. It's 3 out of 4 strikeouts for Cherry.
A good breaking ball from Rocky Cherry in this game today. Slider goes straight down. He spotted his fastball well. I mentioned earlier throwing extremely hard today and a real crisp late breaking ball.
Well, Roche with an RBI single in the 3rd inning, 1 for 2 officially. As he walked in the 5th. Oakland 12, Kansas City nothing. Middle of the 6th in KC. Jack Cust, Eric Chavez, and Dan Johnson all with home runs for the Athletics. Pagan backing up. 2 away. Now our upcoming Cubs and Sox high-definition broadcast schedule sponsored by Comcast. The Sox will host the Royals Saturday at 6 o'clock. Sox will come to Wrigley Friday, May 18th. Beginning at 12:30 with Showdown in the City hosted by Dan Roan. Hawk and DJ will have the call again that Sunday at 12:30 Central Time. 2007 Cubs and Sox baseball in HD sponsored by Comcast.
Looking forward to that Showdown in the City. Dan Roan always does such a great job. Big crosstown classic. Good to see Dan out at the ballpark.
Absolutely. We'll see Dan this coming weekend in Philadelphia. An extended leadoff man on Sunday. I wonder if he'll do the Pats Geno's comparison. That'd be a good pregame piece. I mean, the reason you do that is you just get a free cheesesteak.
Doesn't matter really who wins the competition.
No, you just want to have both. Outside on Ronnie Paulino. Would you be up for a pizza comparison in New York?
Sure, why not? A lot of good pizza in New
just
York.
Walk around and find a slice and just test it and say, okay, I'm going to come back here. Lee drifting out, and he makes a catch. How about Rocky Cherry? Nicely done. 6 up, 6 down. It's up to the offense here the rest of the way. 6 outs to go.
Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With more flights to more places than ever before, Southwest is taking low fares even farther. Visit Southwest.com.
Welcome to California.
We cruise.
We fly.
We run.
We go with the flow.
We let go.
And we believe one simple thing.
That every day in California
Is your lucky day.
Is your lucky day. So there's just one thing you have to ask yourself.
How fast can you get here?
Find yourself in California. Hurry, we've extended our internet sale. Fly Southwest Airlines from Chicago Midway to cities in California for just $129.
You are now free to move about the country.
Hi, can you tell me, how are the rooms at that hotel?
Very nice curtains and TV as video games.
Uh-huh. And the rooms at your hotel?
There's a bed and some tables.
Right.
Want to talk to someone who really knows hotels? Call the experts at Hotels.com. They've got the inside scoop on over 70,000 properties. They're available 24/7, and they'll always find you the best price guaranteed. Just log on or call 800-2HOTELS now. Hotels.com. We know hotels inside and out.
Yes, it's time to vacation, Dollar Millionaire style.
Road trip!
With outstanding McDonald's fries and outlandish legroom, this cabin is first class all the way.
Oh, these people don't fly coach, but they're pretty fly.
They're also decked out with decadent double cheeseburgers and other dollar menu delicacies. No, they don't need a 5-star hotel. They've got 5 million.
She's America's favorite teen queen, Lizzie McGuire. Sunday at 11, only on Superstation WGN.
One defensive change for the Pirates. Chris Duffy's now playing center for Xavier Nady. Paul Maholm still working. His first major league complete game, a 3-0 shutout of the Astros on April 24th. That was 3 starts ago, and then he had those 2 bad ones against Cincinnati and then at Milwaukee. He's gotten it back today. Caps and Graybo are up. Henry Blanco's 0-for-2, and he takes a strike on a bender. Right-hander Michael Wirtz up for the Cubs. Rocky Cherry was terrific. 23 pitches, 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Struggle from the outset for Carlos Zambrano. 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 were earned. He walked 2. Fanned 6, gave up a home run. Hit the leadoff man in the first inning. Backhanded stop down on a knee. And a dig at the other end by LaRoche. Jack Wilson pointing to Adam LaRoche saying, thanks for saving me.
You mentioned Wilson made an error in the extra inning game to start this series, but he has been spectacular defensively, able to go down to a knee, make the play, and get back to his feet quickly to make the throw. Watch how quickly he plants that right foot, even though it's a short hop throw over there at first base, handled easily by LaRoche.
Pagan with his second hit. A home run and a single in 3 tries. This year, when you can't be at home to watch the Cubs on TV, check out MLB.tv. You can watch every out-of-market game of the season live online, even when you're traveling. And this year, live radio broadcasts are included with a subscription to MLB.tv. For more details, visit Cubs.com, where baseball is always on. Pinch hitter Michael Barrett for Rocky Cherry. Play for a foul strike.
This is not normally a situation where you would see a stolen base attempt, but given the number of double plays that the Cubs have hit into today and Maholm's ability to induce that double play ball, you see Pagan on the move over there at first base. As I said, normally down by 4 runs, you wouldn't run the risk of running into an out at second base. But you have to be a little frightened off by the 3 double plays already in this ball game.
That's driven deep to left center for Michael Barrett. Way back. Home run. Cubs are back in it. It's now 6-4. A pinch hit 2-run shot. So they stayed out of the double play.
That's one way to do it. right-handed bat available off the bench today. He had to be very careful where he dropped Michael Barrett in there. Our Southwest, how far did it fly? 373 feet, a two-run bomb by Michael Barrett.
Third career pinch hit home run for Michael Barrett, and that'll end the day for Paul Mahalem. Matt Capps coming on 6-4 now.
No matter what the label looks like, no matter how you say it, one beer is the perfect choice at any corner bar in any corner of the world. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser. Open up a world of taste.
We go nonstop too. Fly Southwest Airlines from Chicago Midway to Baltimore, Washington, or Washington Dulles International for just $59. Just $59 one way with a 7-day advance purchase by May 17th.
You are now free to move about the country. You're messing with the wrong guy.
We're up to 1 million hits.
Sweet.
Who is it?
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, right.
Capps has been a busy reliever. This is his 20th appearance. Came in tied for second in the National League in relief appearances. Jumping into a tie now with Todd Coffey of the Reds. Soriano batting, showing bunt, taking a strike. That's just for show. Although Bautista was way back at third, and key now is to get a guy on, put that tying run at the plate. Capps with 3 home runs on the day. Heading out to the bullpen.
Well, Michael be coming into the ball game defensively. You would assume he's going down there to warm up Michael Wirtz, get a little throwing in perhaps.
Shattered bat pop up, and LaRoche will make the catch at foul ground. Bat exploded. So Michael catching Mr. Wirtz. So Terrio trying to get on for D-Lee. 6-4. At one point it was 6-1. Just happy the Pirates spelled Matt's name in the back of his jersey in all caps.
Yeah. Hit that caps lock button.
One ball, one strike. He doesn't miss that zone very often. He didn't miss Prince Fielder the other day. Got suspended for 4 games, but he is appealing.
Capps does miss the strike zone. It's usually by design. I mean, there's going to be given days when he doesn't have his best command, but this guy pounds the edges of that strike zone as good as any setup man in baseball.
Here's his 2-1. 3-1 on the patient Ryan Terrio.
Normally a great hitter's count, but you have to anticipate Terrio's probably going to take another strike right here if Capps throws him one.
Took it. It fills up the count, 3-2. A payoff pitch. A flare down the line. going to drop. Nobody can get there. Michael Barrett cutting the deficit in half with a pinch hit 2-run blast. Paul Maholm. Maholm 7 1/3, 4 runs. Happy birthday, 39 again. Another 3-2 up the middle, base hit. Ontario continues to come through in big spots.
A lot of base hits back up the middle of the field. Ryan Theriot with his 2-strike approach. He's so patient. He waits on the ball so well. Shoots some foul balls to right field. Finally gets one he can handle. Rolls over and hits that top spin grounder right back up the middle of the field.
Big hand for Derek Lee. 1 for 3. Outside corner. Caps will likely pound that part of the plate against a guy who can do a lot of damage. He's working quickly. And here he comes again. Just outside.
Well, Paulino and Caps both wanted that pitch right there. A slider on the outside corner. They don't get the call from Charlie Relaford.
You know, as great an eye as Derek has, it's probably even better this year because he's seen so many pitches in the same spot. Ooh, inside that time, and he turned on it and fouled it away.
Yeah, it's not hard to figure out what opposing teams are trying to do to D. Lee. Just stay away, stay away, stay away. Occasionally they'll show him inside off the plate, but if they're going to make a mistake on Derek Lee, it's going to be on the outer half of the plate or further away.
Kick in a 1-2 pitch, and he fouled it off.
Got a mistake right there. Caps trying to hit the outside corner. Paulino had moved way out on the outside corner, and that ball tailed right back over the heart of the plate. You can see where Paulino is. You can see where that pitch ended up. Belled high inside part of the plate. Ooh.
The next offering, the foul. 41,101. And they're into it now. Kind of got taken out early as the Pirates scored 3 times right off the bat. Great weather throughout the stay. Wide again, 2-2. They're on their feet. And ready for a 2-2 pitch. Fouled to the right. Now, one of the hallmarks of the Cubs lately is that they haven't been out of any ball game. They've been down at times, but they've shown a penchant to come back. How many guys take that pitch?
That's slider once again. Outside part of the plate breaking away.
And they knew it was a ball, but barely.
Not by much.
Gives you goosebumps here every time. 3 balls, 2 strikes. LaRoche playing behind the runner. Theriot on the move. Swing and a miss. Caps excited as he strikes out Derek Lee to end the inning. Barrett with a 2-run homer will go to the 9th. It's 6-4 Pirates.
president's forced out by his own cabinet.
That's what they did legal.
And he suspects treason.
This country is about to go to war based on evidence that I am now convinced is false.
Now, Jack is his last hope of stopping a global conflict.
I can't stop this war without you, Alex. Drop the gun!
Next 24, Saturday at 11:30 on Superstation WGN.
No matter what the label looks like, no matter how you say it, one beer is the perfect choice at any corner bar in any corner of the world. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser. Open up a world of taste.
Garden Claw Gold adjusts to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
Dr. Max, extension 456.
So, I'm not a mother yet, but I'm gonna be soon. So on the way here, we got this cake from DQ, because I'm gonna need it.
It's her day. Celebrate it with a cake from Dairy Queen. Do one this Mother's Day.
When the world is at risk.
Fire one!
When lives hang in the balance.
The only thing holding her together are the bird droppings, sir.
One man is heading underwater.
You ever dived a boat before, Lieutenant? I mean on purpose.
And getting in way too deep.
All right, everybody, it's time to kick this pig.
Kelsey Grammer, Lauren Hawley, William H. Macy, and Bob Schneider.
These men love me!
Down Periscope. Friday at 8 on Superstation WGN.
Time now for our Bud Light fan cam. A little Devin Allman's Honey Tribe. Something I know. Devin Allman, son of Greg Allman, his band Honey Tribe, a track called Something I Know from their album Torch. Today's Bud Light fan cam, always worth it.
Very nice. New battery, Barrett. And Wirtz. A couple of Michaels. Jack Wilson 0 for 3. 6-4 Pittsburgh. Good numbers for Michael, particularly in that inherited runners department, although that's not the case as he starts the inning. Terrio with a nice play to just get Wilson. Here comes left-handed hitting Nate McLouth. They spell caps. From Whitehall, Michigan. Turned down a baseball scholarship to the University of Michigan to sign with the Pirates. Hit .514 his senior year in high school. In his career, he hit .523, so he wasn't quite as good as a senior. In high school, Bob, 180 stolen bases and 181 attempts.
Wow. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. We've seen McLeod's speed on the bases, especially last year when he was getting a lot more playing time.
Well, the kid who threw him out should have been given a trophy. Somebody out there saying, I threw out Nate McLouth in high school. I was the only one. Curious to find out if Nate tripped and fell down or something. Oh, you know what? We'll ask him.
He got picked off and then thrown out at second. You never know.
Cubs hit the road after this ball game. Head to Philadelphia.
Boy, for no other reason than the fact the Cubs are going to be getting on a bus and in an airplane this afternoon to fly to Philly, you'd love to win this last game of the series. Winning on getaway days is always huge. Makes that flight a little bit shorter.
Nice foul ball by Nate McLeod hit our production truck. Got it all the way out of the park. Behind third base. Yeah, right in that area. Still 2-2.
Given those stolen base numbers you talked about, McLeod is a good guy to keep off the bags right here. Freddie Sanchez, a real good handler of the bat in the on-deck circle. It'll give Jim Tracy an opportunity to play some games should McLeod reach.
Now, speaking of getaway day, what were you like after a getaway day loss? Would people whisper, better stay away from Bob, just keep it down on the bus? Or were you able to kind of process it, get it out of your system, and you were fine?
I was pretty good most of the time. I kind of internalized my anger. I didn't take it out on the others on the bus or the plane, but everybody's a little different. And of course, sometimes it depended on the kind of loss. You know, if you played an ugly, sloppy game and kicked the ball around and maybe weren't as prepared as you should have been, then it was a little testy on those flights. But for the most part, took the opportunity to start preparing for the next series. You know, it's a great chance to take your scouting reports. You get your advanced reports for the next team and get on the plane with your coaching staff and start going over those reports. Try to get a head start.
Did you have a game where you literally did not sleep all night thinking about, if this would have happened and that would have happened?
No, really, the only game that I didn't sleep all night was after Game 6 of the World Series in 01. Just anticipating, you know, just couldn't wait to get back to the ballpark. I've told the story many times. I tried to go to sleep, and it was just fruitless. So went out in the backyard, and fired up a cigar, and sat there looking at the stars, just thinking about what was ahead the next day. And no way I could have anticipated what happened in that Game 7.
Well, we have a moment. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
A full hour of the Emmy award-winning series Scrubs, weeknights at 11:30 Eastern on Superstation WGN.
Freddie Sanchez deposits one into right center, just over Mark DeRosa. Keeps the Pirates alive here in the ninth. They already lead by 2. That's the Freddie Sanchez special.
Yeah, that's the swing we've become familiar with from Freddie Sanchez. That inside out, take a pitch on the inside part of the plate and fight it off to the opposite field just over Mark DeRosa.
I should have mentioned it when Bill Madlock was in here. But Sanchez, the first Pirate to win the NL batting crown since Madlock did it in 1983. Tapper right in front of the plate, picked up by Barrett. That's the third out. So the Cubs find themselves down 2. Ramirez will lead it off with 3 outs to go.
Just because I'm a foster kid doesn't mean I'm a lost cause.
I have the potential for greatness.
Some people have an attitude about me because my parents have problems.
Give me a chance.
Do something to help me make it.
Make foster care better.
Don't write me off.
Foster kids are our kids.
Make it easy for yourself. With Southwest Airlines, you can fly nonstop from Chicago Midway to Long Island MacArthur for just $39 one way with a 7-day advance purchase.
You are now free to move about the country.
Fast-acting Roundup. So effective, it even beats the weather. Roundup kills to the root, and it's so fast, nothing stops it, not even the rain. Roundup. Faster, better, rainproof.
At Sacred Heart Hospital, we treat patients like family.
giving each individual the kind of personal attention you won't find anywhere else.
Carla?
Our doctors are among the best in the nation.
Claire! I'm alive!
And we're the leading edge in diagnostics.
Either this kid has a light bulb up his butt or his colon has a great idea.
In our home, you don't just get better, you get the best.
And every employee takes pride in his work.
Man, I don't making it worth my while.
Scrubs, weeknights at 11:30 on Superstation WGN.
Beautiful day weather-wise, and the Cubs trying to complete a comeback. They've scored the last 3 runs. And all their runs have come on home runs. Ramirez started the scoring for the Cubs in the second with a leadoff blast facing Solomon Torres. 6-4 Pirates.
Solomon Torres, the closer for the Pirates. 10 out of 13 in save opportunities. Picked up his 10th on Tuesday night, his 4th straight on the season.
It was in the 15th inning. Ramirez just telling him, I'm going to take a strike. 1-1.
You mentioned that Aramis Ramirez home run back in the second inning, leading off. Got the Cubs on the board, and a fan with a great catch out there in the front row of the bleachers. I don't know who got a better reception, Aramis in the dugout or that fan out in the bleachers.
Torres is 35. He's had an interesting career. He signed with the Giants in 1989 out of the Dominican Republic. He wants another one. Ramirez gets on base, and then Burton does it. Kick and the 2-2 pitch. A strikeout. So 1 down here in the 9th.
We'll have to reach a little deeper to get that runner on base as Ramirez comes up empty, chasing a pitch down below the knees.
Torres retired in the middle of 1997. Later spent time as a pitching instructor for the Expos in the Dominican Republic. That was while Dave Littlefield, the current general manager of the Pirates, was the Expos farm director. Torres came back, signed a minor league contract prior to 2002. He's now their closer. Last year he led the majors with 94 appearances, led all National League bullpen men with 93 1/3 innings pitched. Really the definition of a rubber-armed pitcher. He'll take the ball every single day if you give it to him.
A lot of Giants fans will remember he started the season finale back in 1993, the year the Giants won 104 ball games and did not go to the postseason. He started and was the losing pitcher on the final day of the regular season against the Dodgers.
One and 2 on Matt Merton. We saw Floyd on deck. He would hit for DeRosa. Torres ready to go. He has struck out the first 2. The producer of Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN Sports, Pete Toma. Skip Ellison is our director. Mark Brady, our associate producer. Executive producer of WGN Sports, Bob Vorwald. Thanks as well to our stage manager in the booth, Angie Adocchio, our studio. Lou has to really pick his spots to use Ward, because a lot of times he's going to go with that pinch runner. So you kind of use 2 spots. But he has his Torres. And he would likely pinch run if Ward gets on.
Well, should the Cubs tie this ball game up, as Torres is going to be in the game anyway, because Ward is pinch hitting for second baseman Mark DeRosa. His Torres would be in the game defensively in the next half inning should the Cubs tie it up. So a very easy flip if Ward should happen to reach to send his Torres in there to run for him.
Tracy hoping Torres can get him here, and he's ahead of Ward. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No contact to this point in the inning against Torres. He's struck out the first 2.
Check swing from Darrell Ward. Charlie Rutherford handles the call himself back there behind home plate. We talked about that one before. I always had a problem with that one. How are you supposed to track the ball and see the bat at the same time? But the umpires say they can do it, especially on a low pitch.
There's a drive deep to right field for Darrell Ward. Doman over on the warning track, and he makes the catch to end the ball game. Ward gave it a ride. Doman ran it down. A little tip of the cap, I think, to the fans in the bleachers, and the Pirates take 2 of 3. The final today, 6-4. Thought off the bat that might get out, but it stayed in.
A little bit of wind still blowing from right to left. Might have knocked that ball down a little bit. I was just hoping it would get down in the corner and keep this inning going, but Ryan Doman makes a nice running catch over there in the corner to end the ball game.
So the homestand is over. The Cubs go 4-2. They'll hit the road for 7 starting in Philadelphia tomorrow night. Right at 500, 16 up and 16 down. We'll be back to Wrigley Field after this.
Before you order your next beer, consider this. Budweiser still goes to the expense of Beechwood aging, an original old-world style of lagering. And Budweiser cares enough to own and maintain world-renowned hop farms. A perfect choice in every corner bar, in every corner of the world. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser. Open up a world of taste.
Waffles and soft serve are hooking up? Huh. I hooked up once. She was an ear. They were made for each other. Waffles and soft serve. In the chocolate-covered strawberry waffle bowl sundae at Dairy Queen. Do one.
Yes, it's time to vacation. Dollar Millionaire style. Road trip! With outstanding McDonald's fries and outlandish legroom. This cabin is first class all the way.
Oh, these people don't fly coach, but they're pretty fly.
They're also decked out with decadent double cheeseburgers and other dollar menu delicacies. No, they don't need a 5-star hotel. They've got $5 million.
Garden Claw Gold adjusts to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
Through the ups and downs, we still believe.
I'm just so happy and so pleased and so excited to be given this opportunity. And I'm going to work as hard as I humanly can, and my coaching staff will do the same to ensure that this ends up very, very successful.
The big players are ready. Next year is here. The season of hope is alive. Cubs baseball on Superstation WGN.
For the Pittsburgh Pirates, 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 5 men left. For the Cubs, 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. They stranded a pair. The winning pitcher is Paul Maholm. He is now 2-4 on the year. Maholm also 3-0 in his career against the Cubs. All 3 wins coming here. Carlos Zambrano takes the loss. He drops to 3-3. Torres with his 11th save, 2 hours, 23 minutes. The Budweiser play of the game, the Jason Bay leadoff homer on Carlos Zambrano in the 5th inning. The Pirates jumped out on top early and never trailed this afternoon. Budweiser, the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment, open up a world of taste. Just got down too early today, Bob.
Yeah, too much too early, and Paul Maholm had that double play ball working 3 double plays in the first 4 innings to take Cubs out of potential rallies.
We'll see you again right here on WGN Sports Sunday afternoon, Mother's Day from Philadelphia. Cubs and the Phillies, good pitching matchup. Ted Lilly and former Cub right-hander John Lieber. Finale of that series will hit the air with a special road edition of the Leadoff Man hosted by Dan Roan at 12 o'clock Central Time. Our 60th year of Cubs baseball on WGN Sports. Baseball like it ought to be. Once again, our final score today, the Pirates 6, the Cubs 4. So now for my partner, Bob Brenly, Pete Thomas, Skip Ellison, Mark Brady, Bob Borwald, and our entire crew. This is Len Casper inviting you to stay tuned. The Chevy Dealers 10th Inning Show is coming up next.
Chicago Cubs baseball, brought to you by Budweiser, the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Open up a world of taste. Comcast. Catch more Cubs home games in HD on Comcast Digital Cable. Call 1-888-4-BEST-TV today. The Illinois Lottery. No matter how you play the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. By Pepsi. Your world, your Pepsi. And by Southwest Airlines. Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, Southwest can get you there with over 3,000 nonstop daily flights to over 60 destinations. Visit southwest.com today.
Another good thing about Geico is they've got, like, real live people working there 24/7. So, like, say you need to report a claim, right? A real person will be there to help you. Then you can use geico.com to view photos of the damage, track your claim, print an estimate. You want an English muffin? They literally hand you a toasted muffin with butter and jam. Oh, it's tasty. That's a complete dramatisation, of course, but you get my point.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Presenting Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. So revolutionary, it targets and kills the toughest weeds without harming your lawn. Ortho Weed Be Gone sprayed here, ordinary weed killer here. Only Ortho Weed Be Gone has a foaming action and weed targeting formula for total root kill. So it killed the weeds, but not the grass. The ordinary weed killer killed everything. Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. Kills weeds, not lawns. Guaranteed. Now available with new crabgrass control.
Hi, can you tell me, how are the rooms at that hotel?
Very nice curtains and TV's video games.
Uh-huh. And the rooms at your hotel?
There's a bed and some tables.
Right.
Want to talk to someone who really knows hotels? Call the experts at Hotels.com. They've got the inside scoop on over 70,000 properties. They're available 24/7, and they'll always find you the best price guaranteed. Just log on or call 800-2HOTELS now. Hotels.com. You know hotels inside and out.
Becker, late nights on Superstation WGN.
This is the Chevy Dealers 10th Inning Show, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevrolet dealers.
Well, in a lot of ways, this game was determined in the top of the first inning as the Pirates put the first 4 men on base. 3 of those guys scored. And they never looked back. 6-4 the final. The Cubs made it close late. They were down 6-1. The final today 6-4. Paul Maholm still perfect here at Wrigley Field in his career, 3-0. He gets the win, his second of the year. Carlos Zambrano now even up 3-3 after the loss. Solomon Torres with his 11th save. We'll have highlights from this one when we come back to Wrigley Field.
On relationships.
He's just not that into you.
Now he's bringing it to daytime.
On the Greg Barron Show.
He's making over your life.
You look beautiful.
You're pretty. And your relationships.
You need to get some dating done. Are you psyched about that?
Greg Barron.
Today, I want to change your life. It's almost a miracle.
Finally, a voice you can relate to.
I think you guys need to talk more because there's a love thing happening here.
The Greg Barron Show.
Take a look.
Weekdays at 2 on Superstation WGN.
Before you order your next beer, consider this. Budweiser still goes to the expense of Beechwood aging, an original old-world style of lagering. And Budweiser cares enough to own and maintain world-renowned hop farms. A perfect choice in every corner bar, in every corner of the world. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser. Open up a world of taste.
Some guys like to relax in a leather recliner. Some guys like an overstuffed sofa. But to others, there's nothing better than cardboard on cold, hard concrete. Valvoline, 100 years under the hood. Now, for a limited time, buy 5 quarts of any Valvoline motor oil and get a free pair of mechanics wear gloves valued at over $24.
If at the end of the day your financial needs have changed and you need cash now, J.G. Wentworth can help. J.G. Wentworth will provide the most cash for your structured settlement or annuity payments. We work with thousands of people just like you to get the cash they need today. It's your money. Use it when you need it. Call J.G. Wentworth today. Representatives are standing by. Call 877-CASH-702.
The final today, the Pirates 6, the Cubs 4. The Cubs finished the homestand 4 wins and 2 losses. They swept the Nationals and then dropped 2 of 3 here to the Pirates. And I think a lot of conversation the next 4 or 5 days before Carlos makes his next start is what's going on with him. He's given up first inning runs the last 2 starts, 7 total, and that's not acceptable to him or the Cubs.
Well, it's not acceptable when you consider the kind of stuff that Carlos Zambrano has. I mean, invariably you talk to opposing hitters and they say his stuff is filthy. He's a guy they don't like to face, but yet teams are having good success against him early.
We're going to listen in on Lou Piniella, and he'll give his idea of what he thinks is going on with his ace pitcher.
You know what? I was just talking to Henry Blanco that caught him today. And you know what? It's my opinion that we got to get him a little closed. He's got to stay closed longer. I think the hitters are getting a pretty good view of him. And a good case in point, we bring in Cherry into the ballgame, another right-hander. And he's staying nice and closed, and left-hand hitters are having a harder time on that team picking him up. So to me, I think that he stays a little more closed, hides the ball a little better from the hitter, he's going to be much better off. That's just my opinion now, okay? This is just my opinion. I've talked to it.
So maybe a mechanical adjustment for Carlos, which he can work on in his bullpen session in between starts. And it did look like the Pirates got a good look at him early on.
Yeah, a lot of good swings, a lot of balls hit very hard, which is something you don't usually see against Carlos. Normally when he gets in trouble, it's because he has trouble finding the strike zone. He falls behind in the count, but they hit him pretty good today.
Let's check out the highlights. And the Pirates again got it going right off the bat. Couple of men on, a hit batter, a double, and then Jason Bay, 2 of his 3 RBIs, a bloop double into right field. And the Pirates were in business. They would get a sac fly as well, 3-0. Second inning, Ramos Ramirez leading off the frame. Great catch by the young fan in the front row, and the Cubs got on the board. But a couple of unearned runs for the Pirates. With 2 outs and a man on, Matt Merton got back, but could not haul it in. So Xavier Nady with a 2-base error by Merton, allowing Domet to score. They would get another run. And then Bay with a solo home run leading off the 5th inning, his 3rd RBI of the day. He was 2 for 4 with 2 extra base hits. And the Culver's sweet play of the game, Angel Pagan with his first big league action here in 07. With a home run. He had a pretty good day. 2 hits, he scored twice. The Cubs were able to come back late in the 8th inning. Michael Barrett, after Pagan had reached on a single with a 2-run pinch hit home run, and I thought the Cubs might come from behind once again, but it was not meant to be. Every game on this homestand was determined by 1 or 2 runs, and Solomon Torres getting Darrell Ward on a deep fly to right, a nice running catch by Ryan Domet, and the Pirates take 2 of 3. Cubs hit the road tomorrow. We'll have a final word in a moment.
The Chevy Dealer's 10th Inning Show is brought to you in part by Culver's Restaurants, home of butter burgers and fresh frozen custard.
Sorry, dude. Only got 1 left. Hey, I'm gonna grab some nachos. Walter! Watch my Bud Light, buddy.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Does Walter like nachos? Garden Claw Gold adjusts to fit gardeners of all sizes. Cultivate, loosen, aerate, and weed around plants, shrubs, and vegetables. Garden Claw Gold makes a great gift.
Available at these and other participating retailers.
Hi, can you tell me, how are the rooms at that hotel?
Very nice curtains and TV as video games.
Uh-huh. And the rooms at your hotel?
There's a bed and some tables.
Right.
Want to talk to someone who really knows hotels? Call the experts at Hotels.com. They've got the inside scoop on over 70,000 properties. They're available 24/7, and they'll always find you the best price guaranteed. Just log on or call 800-2HOTELS now. Hotels.com. We know hotels inside and out.
Wedding Day Makeovers.
It's what we like to call Pimp My Bride.
We just didn't have the money to have the big wedding.
We are going to give you your dream wedding.
Next break. Tomorrow at 2 on Superstation WGN.
The Chevy Dealers 10th Inning Show has been brought to you in part by Culver's Restaurants, home of butter burgers and fresh frozen custard.
So the final today, the Pirates 6, the Cubs 4. They're right at the 500 mark again, 16-16, 7 games behind Milwaukee. Big road trip coming up. 13 of the next 16 for the Cubs will be away from home. We'll join you next on WGN Sports, 12 o'clock Central Time for a special Mother's Day edition of The Leadoff Man with Dan Roan, Ted Lilly, and John Lieber will do battle. All in all, a 4-2 homestand. You take that, and the Cubs will hit the road tomorrow.
When your in-home disasters become America's biggest laughter, we've got it all caught on tape. Every weeknight, you get all the hilarious moments of AFE. Even when things go extremely wrong, laughter makes it oh so right. It's the cranks, pranks, and all-out stupid maneuvers that make Monday nights a splash. Join Tom Bergeron as he brings you the ultimate in reality television.
Common sense is the enemy of comedy. My new motto, stop thinking, start taping.
It's a knockdown, flipped around good time. So when life gets a little crazy, remember to take some time to laugh. America's Funniest Home Videos. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on Superstation WGN. It's great to be home.